You're listening to Hair of the Dogcast, a proud part of the Greenlit Podcast Network. Check out Hair of the Dogcast and all of Greenlit shows at greenlitpodcasts.com. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 66 of Hair of the Dogcast. That's right, I said you're going to get your kicks on episode 66. Thank you for joining. We drink real live beer on this podcast along with talking about real live video games. But first, we need to drink the beer.
Beer is good. This is Brad.
Hi, Brad.
Josh, our troubadour, is not here today.
He's on assignment.
He doesn't have the coronavirus, but
yes,
we're keeping him inside his house.
Yeah.
He said he will be increasing the number of troop videos, though, since he has a lot of time.
That's good. Yeah,
he told me he's been going to be cranking them out, so that's good.
We've been looking for reasons to quarantine him for a long time.
And just cranking in general.
Yeah. No, just kidding. He's working tonight, so don't worry about him. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
But yes, I am Brad. Who are you?
My name is Dylan.
Dylan.
I'm the baby. I'm the beautiful baby boy.
Who's a good baby boy? Who's
Definitely
a good baby?
me. Definitely me.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing great. How
What's
are you?
new? What is new?
Oh my God, there's
doggies.
a lot. Before we get to that, this is from Eagle Park Brewing, a milkshake IPA. It's actually a vegan pina colada milkshake IPA.
What?
I know. It's so many wonderful things
It's
at once.
so good.
Citra hops, pineapple puree, toasted coconut, Madagascar vanilla. Best brewery in town. Got to be a dream to work for them if you're listening.
Yeah, gotta be.
We all love Eagle Park here.
We have at least
Cheers.
8 of their
Cheers.
beers on every episode. We love you.
Honestly, I believe this one was my favorite of last year.
Yeah. Which one is this one again? I'm sorry. Which version of the milkshake?
It is the vegan pina colada milkshake.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. This is great.
Yeah.
They use this design on the can for some multiple beers.
For all,
but
pretty much all their milkshakes.
Yeah.
I've never had the pina colada, but this is really good.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's absolutely stellar.
I picked up some double vanillas or something the other day.
But you asked what's new, and
Brad, go ahead.
Where I'm currently been working, it's a brewery that is now closed down indefinitely. The NBA season has been called off. Broadway is shut down. Reggie works for GameStop. I don't know. Is the world ending?
Yeah. Dogs and cats.
When Reggie was finally going to GameStop, I knew it's over.
Mm-hmm.
We will be talking about Reggie going to GameStop. Yeah, to all our listeners, we are recording this a little bit early.
We're not going to talk about my promotion or new job yet.
Not
No,
yet.
we're not.
No, I don't want to do it
It's
until
not
it's
Don't jinx
until
it.
it starts. Yep.
Yes, don't jinx it.
So in fact, nothing is going on and nothing has changed. But I love Eagle Park beer.
Let's just leave it
Dylan,
at
what's
that.
new?
Well, yeah, we got the coronavirus here. I don't know if people are going to want to. I don't know if
By the
anyone's
time
gonna
by the time people listen to this, everyone might have the
I mean,
coronavirus.
probably. Nobody's going to want cheese, but I'm still here to sell it. Please buy my cheese. It's not my cheese, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And also,
Clock Shadow Creamery.
no one's going to need a bouncer as the world ends. They're going to need mercenaries. And so I'm becoming
Possibly.
a mercenary.
Is this your resume you're just going to submit to people this episode?
Yes, I'm a mercenary for hire. I'm not very good at it. I imagine I have fired a gun probably about 5 times. And also, I think I'm really good with a sword. However, I've never fought another person with a sword. So I guess it's really up to you.
But he has played Skyward Sword, and that counts for
A
something.
little bit.
Yeah.
So back to the bouncing thing. What happens if people don't go out anymore and bouncing becomes like a delicacy, something that is a lost art? You could be like the last bouncer.
Oh, dude.
Do
you remember the Square Enix game?
It's The Last Guardian plus the bouncer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like that Kevin Costner movie, The Postman.
I could be like a Ronin samurai wandering the streets, and I'm like,
Wasn't the bouncer video game designed by Nomura?
Yes.
Yeah.
the character. Yeah.
That had a lot of chutzpah behind it when that came out. That was like the first Square PS2 game or something.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
an early game in the
I
system,
almost
for
bought it.
sure.
It was not good.
I'm just like,
I have played it.
I guess it looked fine back in the day, but
back in the day it
play
did, yeah. I mean, it looked all right. I wanted to ask you guys if you've watched the new season of Castlevania at
Yes,
all.
I've seen the entire thing all the way through.
I only made it through. I watched the second season. I haven't started the third. What are your thoughts without spoiling?
I really wish they had started adapting other games.
Okay.
Because at the end of season 2, they pretty much covered Drax's curse.
Yeah, I thought they put a bow on it at the end of
I thought it was beautiful.
season 2.
Yeah.
So I was
didn't-
surprised to see that they had a 3.
I didn't hate season 3. It's written by Warren Ellis, though. He's a famous comic book author.
Mhm.
And he's known more for Well, let's put it this way. He's never played a Castlevania game.
Oh, really?
No, he admits that in every interview he goes into. He says, I like some of the themes, and then I made an entire story around it.
That's great.
That's kind of great. Yeah.
Which is fine. Yeah. It's perfect. And he's like...
Did you just have like a character sheet? Like, okay, this is Trevor, this is...
Well, I mean, like, these were NES games. It doesn't matter. If he wanted to do Simon in the future, he could.
Yeah, but there is a little bit. It does follow a Castlevania a little bit. There are some things.
There are parts.
You know, you have to be like, okay, this guy has a whip, or you know,
right. I mean, Trevor Belmont, Sypha Belnades,
Alucard has daddy issues.
Alucard. And especially,
granted, he should have daddy issues.
He should. I mean, that should come with part and parcel.
This season was literally taking the high point of season 2 and then slowly pulling it through the mud, and not in like a bad way, but like in a way that you're suddenly like, oh yeah, this is a really bleak and awful world.
I didn't watch season 2. I remember watching season 1 and thinking it was fine, but it didn't really put the claws in me.
Season 2 is...
Yeah, I should jump in there.
That can be a slow burn too at the beginning.
I don't know.
I know I started a couple times, but then it was the third time I tried watching it this last time, and that's when it stuck. And I'm like, oh. And then you realize every episode is just like 20 minutes.
The bloody tears moment itself.
Yes.
Igarashi has a Kickstarter now for a Bloodstained Netflix series.
Really?
No, I'm joking.
Oh my God. Don't fucking do that to me, man.
That'd be dope. It would be gobbledygook because I played that game. That story is garbage.
What are you talking about? Alfred, the wizard?
Yeah, everyone knows the famous
Is it Alfred?
Alfred.
Inzimatsu?
He's cool.
Or what
Samurai dude?
I liked styling my pretty lady character's hair.
I did.
There you go.
I did too.
And I like that I can change her corset color and give her masks.
Already talking about corset colors. We're not even 5 minutes into the podcast. All right, guys. Let's get the train back on the rails and want to talk about some news. Talking about the coronavirus. Should we get into this? Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Have they canceled video games?
All video games are canceled. The end. Thank you. Subscribe to us at
no
Twitter.
No video games.
No video games. Yes, everything. After rumors started flying around, the Entertainment Software Association, or the ESA, confirmed on Wednesday morning that E3 2020, like we've been talking about, has officially been canceled due to escalating concerns and pressures regarding the coronavirus pandemic. Does it surprise you?
No.
I
think they were looking for an excuse.
It wasn't doing well beforehand, yeah.
Kind of.
Any reason for
it was almost, I think I posted.
It's like when no one shows up to my birthday party. I'm like, it's canceled. No one come.
Right. Yeah. Thank God coronavirus.
Well, I showed up, but I was looking through the window like a sad orphan.
Yeah. So ESA the ESA had a press release saying, after careful consultation with our member companies regarding the health and safety for everyone in the industry, our fans, our employees, our exhibitors, and our longtime E3 partners, we have made the difficult decision to cancel E3 2020, scheduled for June 9th through the 11th in Los Angeles, California. Following increased and overwhelming concerns about the COVID-19 virus, we felt this was the best way to proceed during such an unprecedented global situation. We are very disappointed that we are unable to hold this event for our fans and supporters, but we know it's the right decision based on the information we have today. So we have ourselves no E3 or an E3 event for the first time since 1995.
But will there be a Nintendo Direct online? Of course.
Yes. Well, duh.
Yeah. Because
E3's viability has been not great for a while.
If there's anything that can get all these little Japanese kids out of their houses, it's a Nintendo release.
A virus.
Well, it's a Nintendo release. Well,
Animal
they
Crossing.
canceled all the fucking schooling there. So it's like they know what they're shooting for here.
Mm-hmm.
And they can get us all out. They can, I'd risk it.
It's disappointing that something that has been so regularly happening for so long is missing its first year.
Yeah.
I think there's been a decline in the quality of the program for a while. It's still important, but I think a lot of that, I mean, I saw Evil Jared talk about it on Instagram the other day. It's like once they started letting the fans back in, it started losing what made it special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think so. I never really cared about, okay, this is just me because I didn't go to the show or anything. And I'm sure it was as a child or a teenager, I always wanted to. That was always on my bucket list until I just realized that
it's donezo.
Nah, I don't want to sit in line for like 5 hours. Even if I had a press badge, this is before they let people in. But, you know, for me, it's the press conferences, the first 2 days of the event before the actual floor opens. I mean, that's what I cared about. And I would just watch the press conferences online, and those are still happening, except for, Sony wasn't going to attend. So Sony's not going to have one. But, Microsoft, Nintendo, Ubisoft, they all said that they're going to have their digital quote unquote events in lieu of, the cancellation.
And
so that's what I care about.
When it's so much more efficient for them to not spend millions of dollars to make promotional materials, and they can just do it online and get the same feedback. I mean, who it really hurts are the smaller people that are going to be making the indie games.
Yeah.
That's who's hurting here.
Kind of like GDC, what we talked about last episode.
Yeah.
All the business that goes down on the floor. I think that is...
It's their Sundance.
Yeah. E3 had been kind of losing its direction.
I think the last great E3 was probably 2017.
I know my favorite one was 2004.
What was 2017?
You had like Mario Odyssey. I can't remember. Like Sony did like a huge Last of Us thing. It was really
was
fantastic.
That which year was it when they did the like half an hour Breath of the Wild presentation? Nintendo comes out and they're would have been. They just like slapped Breath of the Wild on the table like we're gonna look at this thing the whole time.
But that couldn't have been 2016 because they announced Breath of the Wild at the end of 2016 because the Switch released in March of 2017. So it would have had to have been a little bit earlier than that. So no E3 for that one.
Well, yeah. When did they reveal Breath of the Wild? I want to say
that might have actually been that might have actually been that. But I think the issue is that they didn't have like a tangible trailer for it or like a ton of shit to show, frankly.
Right. So I guess what I want to ask you guys, real talk, assuming the coronavirus does not consume all of humanity,
it won't,
and we make it to the year 2021.
We might lose one Dogcaster. That's it.
But
I'm assuming Josh.
The chances are good.
It affects old people.
Josh isn't here. He's self-quarantining. So, maybe he's smart.
It's true. just like our senators, brave folk.
Yes. So we all know that E3 have been going through a lot of publicized, growing pains or just itself going off the rails, even more than this podcast. And do you think that having a year off could potentially be like its Assassin's Creed moment where it could actually like just benefit from having a year to get some kind of direction? No? You seem pretty convinced.
It's not a tentpole thing anymore. This isn't something that people really get excited for.
Right.
Sony's
but do you think they could take a year off to get it back to that or at least come up with some better
in the same way they delayed the NBA? I honestly don't think the NBA will start up again until July, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And so the thought of that alone, these are timely matters. This isn't like this is the up and coming. This is the now. This is news. And it's not going to be the same thing. It's not like they can plan anything better for next year that they aren't already releasing in between each part of it.
I think what he's mentioning is like, is there like a sort of different way to have the event, a different format? Not necessarily it's not.
I don't think that's untrue. Maybe if they made like some sort of portal where you could see like videos of like releases and I think if they made it an online thing, honestly, it might actually do a lot better.
I think they're going to have some kind of online component this year.
If they made their own, like you had to go to the website to see like the live videos, they could do their own ad revenue there. They could even have prizes given away if you're watching certain games at certain times. That could be really cool.
Twitch streams.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Jeff Keighley had mentioned when he pulled out, that he wanted E3 to be more of a global event. And I think he meant more digital plugged in online kind of experience where people around the world can log in or do whatever.
They have to switch it up though, because even like the major players are becoming less interested, and if they don't do something differently, I mean, you're gonna die a slow death.
Yeah, that's kind of the point that I was making. I just don't know if they take just a year to have a breather and regroup, because they're always bound by momentum. They have thinking about the next.
If they like were to bring in Reggie with the Bigfoot pizza and everyone got free Bigfoot pizzas, it would be big again.
Oh my God. Look under your seat, people.
Hey.
Or Szechuan sauce from McDonald's.
If Reggie just said, we're having E4 at GameStop, I'm like, all right, I'm there.
Right.
You got me, Reggie.
Damn, dude.
They have E4.
Shit.
So, I mean, it sucks that it's canceled. And then the other side of the coin is, okay, everyone's forced to not go to E3 this year. Do these game companies, do they go back. If E3's not going on, but they still put on a digital event, and they realize, hey, we're doing fine here, and we're not spending all this money to go
I don't think it's as much of an issue
E3.
because
does E3 just effectively just?
I think it does.
Is it gone forever?
I think so.
After this?
They should, I don't know, more just like make an indie convention where it's just focused.
Yes.
Yeah, if they just had like, come see a bunch of games that you haven't heard about before, make the tickets cheap, and then it's just you can try out a bunch of new things. I don't know. That would be something I would be more excited for than everyone knows there's going to be a giant fucking Neo or like Keanu Reeves cardboard cutout.
But it's still that excitement.
It's still fun.
You know, that's.
But they don't need to do it anymore,
so
which is it's financially more sound to not do it.
My whole thought with this is early access exists now, especially if you're a PC guy, which unfortunately I identify as now.
I mean, unfortunately,
it is.
You're not politically correct if that's what you mean.
I'm kind of the PC guy here.
I go through PC phases every 4 years. I become a PC guy.
I think the whole idea of this is that you can gain a lot of buzz just by existing in word of mouth now. Like there are a ton of like Polygon, Kotaku. They write about these games almost immediately, and then that gets them like some insane level of buzz because everyone's looking for the niche thing or the shit hidden behind a wall. So it's
and I think Nintendo has proven the last few years, since it doesn't do a press conference anymore, that
doesn't have to, man.
But it doesn't have to. But every once in a while, I'm like, it'd be nice if you could just fucking show up on the stage and just bring fucking Miyamoto out to like wave the Wii wand around. I don't know.
Wii, baby.
I'm a traditionalist.
Try and play a rock band.
Yeah, Robbie fucking drums that shit back up. But R.I.P. E3 2020.
And 2021.
They're coming out with E4 next year.
E4, yes. It should.
They should.
I'm actually really interested to see what happens.
Or E360.
They should.
E1. E1 Series X.
Jesus.
How about no?
This is our new Atari 2600 game. It's called Dot Fights Dot.
We have an E3 hotel.
Yeah. Right. So do you know who's ready to kick ass and sell you Funkopops?
Reggie.
Funko.
Reggie.
Oh, our homie Reggie.
Oh, yes, he is.
Moving on, yeah.
Literally the only thing GameStop could do to make me care about GameStop is get Reggie.
Man,
I care now.
That's fine, yeah.
He makes you care about GameStop?
I love Reggie.
He's only on the board of directors now.
I don't care. I love Reggie.
Okay, all right. I'm
I'll
not here to like
if I'm driving by
disqualify
GameStop,
your love for.
If I'm driving by GameStop, that's where I bought Doom 3 for the episode we were just released for Raw Dogs. I'll take a look at their used games.
Okay.
I'm not a pre-order guy. Reggie, bring back some sick pre-order bonuses. Maybe I'll come back and do some of that.
I would do that too.
Reggie, I know you're listening. Reggie, we love you.
This is Brad's love letter to Reggie.
Baby.
All right. To give people some context, if you didn't know, the ex-president of Nintendo of America, his name's Reggie, the Reginator. Reggie Fils-Aimé has joined the board of directors at fledgling game retailer GameStop, and he is set to join the board in April. Also joining Reggie on the board are two other people: Bill Simon, who has executive ties with Walmart, Cadbury, PepsiCo, and Nabisco, and J.K. Simanchik, I think.
Oh, they're gonna say J.K. Simmons for a second. Like, oh my god, I'm more excited.
We are farmers.
We are GameStop.
He's CEO and president of PetSmart. So these two guys will be joining the board immediately. But Reggie's coming in April. And he's going to be coming in hot. So CEO George Sherman, he's the CEO of GameStop. He said, the board refreshment and governance enhancements announced today represent an important milestone in GameStop's transformation as we continue to evolve the company's business strategy for long-term success. We are pleased to welcome Reggie, Bill, and JK to the board. They are each highly qualified and highly significant, relevant experience to our turnaround. I didn't say that right, but whatever. We look forward to immediately benefiting them from their expertise and perspectives as we navigate the evolving gaming and retail environments, execute on our strategic initiatives, and prepare the company to maximize value creation associated with the next generation of console launches later this year.
So what you're saying is Reggie's cool? Because that's all I heard.
It's just mealy mouth fucking CEO thing. Like,
I don't know what
we just brought these three people on. Please, God, can our share prices please go up a little bit?
They can do something. I always, when I'm walking by a GameStop at a mall, I go in. I'm not going to buy anything. But if they were able to figure out a way to make...
I hate this place.
Well, I don't actively hate them.
It's fucking annoying.
I
don't like GameStop.
I've noticed the employees are a lot less attention grabbing when I walk in. They might just ask like one question, like, "Hey, you need anything?" I'm like, "I'm good."
It's the beard, dude.
I do have like a don't fucking talk to me face sometimes.
I was gonna say because I get the opposite, and that's why I don't go because I don't want to be affronted. And there was like,
well, for me,
you're an easy sell though. I look at you, I'm like, that guy will buy anything.
Well, for me, what I do when I go in there and I go up and I'm like, they're about to start their spiel, and I go, listen, dude, nothing's gonna happen here for you. I literally go, I'm straight up. I'm just
you grab this 18-year-old, you're like, all right, here, listen to me.
I'm like, listen, nothing's going to happen here. I'm here to buy this. I researched it before I came in here.
Yeah.
I came in here for a product. Here's the product. I'm not reserving anything. You can save your spiel for someone else. I literally go, though. I say, if you need me to rate you like 5 stars on whatever app, I'll do it right in front of you. I don't really care.
All right.
And instead of me doing all that, I just say, no, I'm good, thanks.
I'm a nice guy, so...
To me, I think being a nice guy isn't doing all.
I don't know.
I think they breathe a sigh of relief when I say something like that.
Good.
I guess it's good to get a 5-star review, though.
That's what I do, though. I just
because that makes them feel like, oh, at least my boss won't fire me for this one.
Well, exactly.
That is true.
Well, and I understand their pain. Like, it sucks to sometimes to be in the retail game. It's like whatever I can do to help you. You're selling video games. Honestly, their job about, I don't know, like 12 years ago, that would have been kind of my dream job. But now it's just
Funkoland days.
Damn, dude. Hell no.
I urge you to read some of the kind of investigative reporting that's come out recently about GameSpot's corporate mandates for their employees.
Yeah. There's a great Polygon article.
Is it Polygon? Yeah. It's like I wouldn't want to work there. You know, I feel bad for people who want to sell games that have that passion but are forced to upsell you. Or, you know, work on commission. You have a quota of Game Informer subscriptions you have to fucking meet a month, you know, or you get fired, you know, shit like that. I was going to say, Reggie did follow up. He did tweet and he said the gaming industry.
My body's ready.
Yes. my board is ready. Pretty much. He said the gaming industry. I don't have a good Reggie voice.
My body is ready.
The gaming industry. I can't do it either.
You want?
He's got a bit of a deeper voice.
You want to try?
Yeah,
this
let's
is
do
the quote right here.
Okay.
This little. Says we're Reggie tweeting. All right.
I'm Reggie. The gaming industry needs a healthy and vibrant GameStop. I look forward to being a part of GameStop's corporate board and helping to make this happen. I'm Reggie.
Good job.
Thanks, Reggie, for stopping the podcast. We'll see you next time.
Bye, Reggie.
Hired. All right.
I don't know if that was good or not.
That was good. When they make the Pixar biopic of Reggie's life, you're going to be the
starring
voice actor.
Some hairy man who looks nothing like Reggie.
Yeah.
Reggie kind of sounds like Obama sometimes.
He has a more staccato style talking.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
My favorite.
The 1%.
I don't know what that was. Yeah. Just go back to Pacino.
We're Nintendo and we're about kicking ass. Everyone's like, who the fuck is that guy?
Wow. So GameSpot. God damn it. I did it.
He did it.
I told myself I wasn't going to do it.
Loser.
Grandpa
He's
Tom.
got the corona.
Everybody, yes. That's how you know. That's they say the corona test is like, the coronavirus test is expensive.
It's dyslexia.
Yeah. Dyslexia, yeah.
Pronounce GameStop. Yeah.
Game slot. Oh.
Right. So GameStop's.
Corona.
Oh, no.
GameStop's been
I'll survive because I'm young.
Doing
Sorry, Tom.
So GameStop's not been doing too well lately, and I think that's pretty much like an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
You know, I think in 2019 they had one of their worst years ever. They closed to like 200 stores, did layoffs, fired a bunch of district managers and like half the staff of Game Informer, which they own, and I think they even admitted that their quarterly revenue was down 25% over a year. And I just checked today, their stock price is like at less than $4, and it was at $15 a year ago.
I should buy one now that Reggie's back. Just one stock.
Well, it's at $4 after they announced.
Shit, you know I might. I do have some apps that allow me to do that.
I mean, it's not a bad. I mean,
no, it's not.
It probably is a bad investment.
But I think one of the
Reggie
mandates that
shit.
well, here's the thing. I think one of the new mandates that they're going to get
came
is
out
like,
with the Bigfoot
Reggie's
pizza.
gonna take a fucking paycheck and get the fuck out.
Well, I don't think so at all. I think he's in it to
he'll
win
take
it.
that paycheck.
He's going to take the paycheck, but he's not in it to just cash a paycheck. I think this guy actually legitimately fucking cares.
He's an idea man.
He's an idea man, but he's also someone who can help implement it.
Yeah.
He's a salesman.
But he's not going to. He's a part of the board.
The fact
he has one vote of a board of 10.
Do you think people aren't going to listen to him specifically?
And Sakaguchi wasn't in charge of Square.
Who took Nintendo from the GameCube era into a profitable margin?
As he was the chief fucking operating officer and then the president. Yes. Because that was his job. Now he's like sitting at a boardroom and a big fucking table like,
he's one of the titans of the video game industry.
No one's not going to take him seriously.
People are going to listen to him.
Yeah. I also think that there are going to be mandates.
I'm sure people will pull him for like side meetings.
I think
hey, what do you suggest? And be like, I don't fucking know.
If they quit their shitty
Japan
sales
told
tactics,
me what to do my whole time I was here.
Well, if they quit their shitty sales tactics, I think they could improve their business quite a bit. If they made it a chill environment where it wasn't just like this horseshit where they sell like Harley Quinn statues and like Funkopops and all this other shit, and stop selling phones and crap.
And they've been trying to come up with new store concepts, trying to make
if they made it more of a
place to hang.
Well, if they made it more of like a boutique that actually gave people stuff they wanted, that would actually be okay. But they've got to do it store by store. They've got to figure out what the demographic of the area they're selling in is, and then they've got to cater to that, which obviously means a lot more logistics.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, like I used to go to the GameStop over by Ohio and 27th a lot because my girlfriend worked over in that area. And whenever I went in there, it was just a bunch of stuff that wasn't going to sell because it was super expensive. And that area doesn't have a lot of money, demographically speaking. So you just got to figure out what the people need in those specific areas and then just cater the fuck out of it. Mm-hmm. By that point, it's all distribution. Maybe I should be on the board.
I think you should. You and Reggie, the fucking tag team, made in heaven.
That would be an experience of a lifetime.
You think your body's ready.
I know nothing about this, but hey, buddy, let's do it.
So that's been your Reggie minute. It is nice to see him kind of back in the industry in kind of an advisory role.
Sure.
You know? It certainly can't do them. They could do any worse. I mean,
unless they got Miyamoto in charge, like that's the only thing you could do bigger, I think.
Well, I don't know if he'd be a good.
He just shows up to each GameStop and he waves a Master Sword around.
GameStop starts making video games.
All the nerds can like smell it in the air like a cartoon person who's smelling a pie.
They float over.
Yeah. Do.
All right. Well, good luck, Reggie.
We do love you, Reggie.
We do love you. Hopefully, you can do things. But
I really love him.
Don't think so.
I even love his puppet.
That is a fucking great puppet.
That
was a great E3. Was that 2007?
No, that was 2016.
That was 16? Okay. That was a great year.
No, that was 2015.
That's right before Iwata died.
If anyone wants to borrow my 4 DVD set of E3 2004, it is a fucking delight.
Jesus.
Dylan, what's this next beer we're going to be drinking?
This next beer is an OG. It is a tea-infused wit. It's a staple from Milwaukee Brewing Company. I get this when I can't think of anything else to buy. I just grab it. I think it's really light, and I think it's refreshing.
This weekend, I went to the Milwaukee Ale House.
Is that the first time you've had it?
Might be. Yeah, I don't drink a lot of Milwaukee beer.
It's fabulous. It's truly drinkable
from the Milwaukee Brewery. But they have great beer. I love their Outboard, their cream ale.
Oh, their Outboard is fantastic.
I do like it.
It's great.
It is. Yeah,
it's a go-to.
I agree, Brad. This is good.
Finally,
good job, Dylan.
We're
proud of you. All right, moving on, guys. Nintendo PlayStation.
Terry,
it's sold.
We talked about the auction earlier on an earlier episode, but now the auction is over and the Nintendo PlayStation has been sold. You're correct.
Terry has sold what is now the most expensive item in video game history, ever sold anywhere.
Absolutely. It sold for roughly $300,000. I think $360,000 with a $60,000 buyer premium, which I think that's what the auction house gets, maybe?
Maybe.
I did talk to Terry. He said Heritage Auctions, the company that was selling it, wasn't going to take anything off a percentage of it.
Okay.
So I think they did it mostly for a kind of visibility.
Yeah.
So it was sold to Greg McLemore. McLemore? Not that McLemore.
Not the thrift store guy.
No. He had $300,000 in his pocket.
Yeah.
I
got $300,000 in my pocket. This is Nintendo PlayStation.
And fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He is the founder of Pets.com and Toys.com. So
Didn't he say he wants to start a video game museum?
He did mention
Old Indiana Jones.
He kept it a little open. Yes, it belongs in a museum.
As long as he doesn't think that he can finally start buying games for the Nintendo PlayStation.
I hope somebody told him. I really do. But yeah, he did say that it's the single most expensive thing I've ever bought outside of a house. I believe I got a great deal. To me, it was worth it, especially when combined with the rest of my collection, the whole of which tells a story I want to save for society. So he apparently is already a collector. The article I read was actually from CNN. He said he had a Pong machine. I'm like, yeah.
And we want everyone listening to know Tom has done vile things to that prototype. We have had it at conventions, and we have all held it and handled it, and
with the utmost
disrespect
that it didn't deserve. It did not deserve it.
We did it carefully, but we disrespected it
a great deal.
Yeah. We'll post some pictures of the Nintendo PlayStation on Facebook when we release this one. Check out our pictures, because Terry just let us party with that thing, which is crazy, and we love Terry for it.
And yeah,
I have not touched it, and I'm very ashamed.
We were stewards of that thing.
You. Shame on me.
Yeah, well,
I would have loved to.
Sorry, Dylan.
You don't get to now.
You have to live vicariously.
We don't know pets.com. We know Terry Debo.
That's right. I can explain.
Sometimes when I look up at the clouds, they form the shape of a Nintendo PlayStation controller, and then a tear rolls down my eye, and I say, "If only."
Then I'm like, I forgot my medication.
I forgot my medication.
No. That's Corona, dude. That's Corona.
That's Corona, yeah.
If you're seeing Super Nintendo controllers in the sky, you have Corona.
Please contact your physician.
I need to see a doctor.
Right. If your cloud formation lasts more than 4 hours.
If you're saying GameSpot.
Well, it's following me now. It's following me.
Shit, guys. So, yeah, congrats to Terry and Dan for that sale. I think it should have maybe gone for more, but,
I think it should have gone for at least 4 times.
Who knows?
It's hard to say.
Hindsight's 2020. I should have washed my hands on that cruise ship.
When you have a one-of-a-kind item like that, it's hard to say what it was going to go for.
Oh, you were on the Grand Princess?
That's what they called me anyways.
Hey.
That explains my life.
I just hope we can once again hold it one day.
I don't care if we do. We already partied with Terry. That was enough.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Moving on, gentlemen. Are you ready for some football?
Oh, you ready? What?
Oh, yeah. I love sports.
Did they cancel football already?
XFL is still going forward. They said that they're going to do it. And they're going to try and get every player to have coronavirus as sort of a marketing tactic.
So I heard.
Yes.
Actually, it's great for them because they're not allowing fans in the stadium either way.
That's right. Yeah.
Not that they could keep me out. I love my favorite XFL players.
I love the Seattle Dragons. They are my team.
Yeah, my favorite is the Green Bay Sports-em-ups.
Are the Seattle Dragons actually?
They are a team, and they're doing terrible. My coworkers and I.
Somebody watch. We found the guy that watches XFL.
We all chose a team, and we just talk shit whenever it's on TV to each other. And the Dragons are the worst team, and that's who I chose.
Was I right?
The Battlehawks are good.
The Battlehawks. That's fucking.
I was at the Drafty Cellar, this bar in Watertown, Wisconsin, that one of our podcast people
I hear that's
worked
the
at.
epicenter of the coronavirus.
They should do XFL Blitz as a game. That would be better than the actual thing.
Apparently.
That'd
isn't that what XFL actually is? It's like the Blitz version of the actual NFL.
It's just like B-level football, really.
Yeah. But at the Drafty Cellar in Watertown,
I don't know.
Wisconsin,
They drafted me, so they've got to be A.
Yeah. Give them the D.
At Josh's bar, they do payouts for XFL games. Like the
don't say
quarterly.
that's gambling. It's illegal.
No, they don't. It's not with money. No, pretzels.
Oh, that's good.
Pretzels.
Good.
Like
pretzels.
Yeah,
that's legal.
All right.
Legal
Anyways,
tender.
bearing the lead here. 2K. 2K is back, baby, and by back, I mean back to making actual officially licensed NFL football games. Asterisk.
Yeah, my interest is not in this one. I'll let you lead this one, Tom.
Not a football guy. I know you looked at me like you got plaid a little bit.
What? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say no. I'm not a football guy.
Now hold on.
All right, I like watching.
Well,
football.
Let's get into the story.
Now
here.
hold on. I'm the expert here. I am.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Earlier this week, 2K and the NFL announced a multi-year partnership that covers "quote unquote" multiple future video games. 2K did not announce what games they are currently being worked on, but did mention that some are in early development, and the first game that they are working on will be out in 2021. Now, everyone who is freaking out about the possibility of resurrecting the NFL 2K franchise to, go head to head with Electronic Arts Madden, you need to chill the fuck out because 2K does not have the rights or it was not given the rights to make a simulation football game.
You have to pay for the rights for a simulation of a
EA
football game?
has a sole custody of the simulation video game. So they can't make like the Madden like, but they can make games such as Brad said, like an NFL Blitz.
XFL Blitz.
Or an XFL Blitz. No, NFL Blitz. Come on. I mean
XFL Blitzkrieg.
That's that's the sequel title.
I like it, right?
Or like if there's like an NFL Dream Daddy.
All I know is as long as there's a football in the game, maybe I ain't gonna play it.
You guys ever played a fucking football?
Yes, I have. I've played a football video game.
I played Madden back in the day briefly, but NFL Blitz was probably the height of my football game playing career.
Blitz was fantastic.
I would take Blitz over.
It's the only one it's really the only
one.
Why
hasn't Mario released a football game?
Honestly, they did their soccer game. Fantastic. Mario Strikers was really good.
Yeah.
So my thought right at the top of this is, well, first of all, I am the football expert on the podcast.
You are, Dylan.
Touchdowns,
the floor,
fullbacks,
first downs. You mentioned that the other day.
Yeah,
nickelbacks.
First down, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, my first thought is just make a fun football game.
Just make it fun for once.
Make it cool.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's really that cool.
No, I think you're right.
All I think about when all those guys hit each other on the field is I'm like, CTE? What if they brought back the Mutant Football League?
CTE Simulator.
I saw the Aaron Hernandez documentary. They're just making killers.
They really are. Well, and then, even think
machines.
about, what's that wrestler who killed his entire family?
Oh,
Benoit.
Benoit, thank you.
Oh, the Canadian Crippler did, huh?
Yeah.
Jake the Snake.
They tend to. If you get hit hard enough in the head, you got the brain of like 100-year-old. And for some reason that makes you want to kill. I'm not sure how that works. But
I've recently been watching wrestling documentaries, and one of my coworkers is really into wrestling. And so I got nostalgic.
Beyond the Mat on Netflix?
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. But I was getting nostalgic for like a WWF added. There's a Sega Genesis one or the Super Nintendo one. It was fantastic.
Is that the one with Doink?
Doink and Bam Bam Bigelow. I was like, if they were like almost side-scroller beat-em-ups, but just confined to a ring.
I like
with
that.
some cool special moves. If they were to do that instead of the hot garbage fire, that was what, 2K19 WWE, whatever that was.
Oh my God. Okay. Back to the football guys. Jeez Louise.
Wow.
What the hell?
Josh isn't here. You asked us about football. What do you think was going to happen?
Well, I am the expert.
He is the expert. You mentioned third downs even the other day.
It's kind of fun to...
Third downs. And then I said, goalpost.
Dude, you always say that.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'm pretty in the know.
All right, back to the football, Tom.
They're making non-simulation games. This is EA still has the rights to make the simulation games until the year 2021. So 2K's last football game.
They're drafting Tom Brady then.
Nice.
2K's last football game was the well-respected ESPN 2K5. So it's been over 16 years since they actually worked with the NFL and produced an officially licensed game. And since then, EA has held the exclusive rights to create the NFL games. So
that's an insane monopoly for a game that actually isn't owned by anyone. The idea of copyrighting a simulation of something is so dumb. Like it's
a style. I mean, it's
whatever. Let them do it.
I mean, it's like cool. Now I own the rights to chess.
So what do you want to talk about with this story? What kind of game they might make?
No, I just want to talk about the story because I think it's interesting.
Well, Josh had opinions, right?
No, I don't want to talk. I want to talk about the fact that ESPN, the 2K5 that came out, they sold it for $20. It went up against Madden 2005, and people who played both games pretty much universally almost preferred the 2K5. So they were making
this just in. Sorry.
Yeah.
Disney World's closed. Vacation is canceled. This
What?
just in.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Sorry to sidetrack. My entire fucking week just changed a lot.
Wow. Sorry, Brad. We could have
Sounds
recorded
like we're
next week.
Streaming. It actually does what it sounds.
Wow. This is news.
Holy
Breaking
fuck.
news. Brad, do you want to update us? What's going on?
There's this fucking coronavirus and Disney World's closed, and I was having a week-long vacation.
Disneyland closed before I left my house.
And Disney was our topic of the show. Now what are we going to do?
We're
going to have to fucking talk about it.
We'll talk about Disney.
When you wish upon a SARS.
Makes no difference who you are. The fucking virus is going to get you.
Brad, I'm sorry. Not only did Disney
I'm
World...
so sorry, Brad. I really am.
Not
that
only
really
did
sucks.
Disney World close down, we're
You've
talking
never
about
been,
football.
right?
I guess I'm going to have to talk to that other spot I might be working at and tell them I need to start work now.
Take some time for you.
Yeah, dude. Let's actually
Also, your airline tickets didn't expire. Just fucking go down there. Go to the beach. You'll have a lot of fucking beachfront to yourself. It'd be great.
My little sister is making some phone calls, is what I've heard.
Yeah. Go to Universal. I was there. They have Transformers the ride and Harry Potter Land, which is pretty good.
They used to have all the Marvel shit too.
Yes.
And I took a picture with Captain America that I will show you.
Kong Skull Island, I didn't get to go to.
This is bad. But
it is really bad. I'm sorry.
But
not
news.
For 2K.
Update on the Hot Ones video. It'll be done sooner.
All right.
Cool.
So anyways, I just want to wrap this the 2K thing up here and say, like, I know you guys aren't football people, but we do have people that listen that maybe are. Me. I know, Dylan, you are the football person, obviously. You. But I do find this interesting because I'm also not a huge video game football player such as Brad, but I do think that this is kind of like a Trojan horse play with EA. Their contract is up in 2021. 2K, obviously, back in the day, made some good football games. Those people have probably long gone. However, they do make NBA 2K, which is one of the biggest worldwide like sports franchises. Like, it's
a phenomenon. Everyone
outside
I know
of FIFA
plays it. Yeah,
it's. I mean, it is universal. Like Madden only sells,
despite the fact of how
in the
predatory
US
they are. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if this is just a way for 2K to get their foot in the door, and then when it comes time for EA to lose the exclusivity or re-up their contract, if this does not bode well for 2K to be like, oh, by the way, we can make these games, or maybe the NFL is ready to instill a little bit of competition. Lately, the Madden games have been okay, but they've been kind of uneven. They've had good years and bad years.
They just they use the exact same assets and they just update the players
and the textures.
Innovation has been pretty languid. Whenever I read a review, I don't play every year's game. I play about every 3 years, but I suck at these games so bad. So, but I always like to see like, oh, how are the graphics progressed? And yeah, the innovation just isn't there. So that's kind of what would happen. You're the only game in town. You can do what you want. You're not constantly pressured to up your game, literally.
The danger of a near post-capitalist society.
You're damn right, Dylan. Not only football, but capitalism. Yeah, you know it all.
So, I do. Thank you.
And then we've seen the MLB come out or basically force Sony's hand recently, like a few weeks ago or a few months ago, and say like, hey, that exclusive game that you make for the PlayStation, we need you to make that for everybody, Switch and Xbox and PC. Because there's a bigger base out there. There's more people that we want more money. Basically, is what it comes down to. So.
Well, and I think actually, I think allowing this to open up and give people more rights to this stuff is so much better.
I do too. I'm a fan of competition. I think 2K does a marvelous job. I'm sure somebody at the NFL is like, hey, these guys make this fucking basketball game as amazing.
Madden has been declining in sales for a while. They're not selling as much each year anymore.
Yeah.
They should make it into a battle royale game.
They should. There probably will be a mode.
I would play that.
Like that.
Have 4 teams on the field at once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm actually, like I said, I'm not a big, huge video game football guy, but I am good. I'm happy. This is my
You are good.
You are
Stop
good.
pouring me all this beer, guys. Jesus.
You had like less than 2 beers total.
I know. It doesn't matter.
He has had 2 1/3 of a beer.
Guys, I'm an idiot. So
am I. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I do want to see what happens. And congrats to 2K. I hope that everything turns out well. And I'm looking forward to your Blitz game and the NFL Dream Daddy dating sim. That's coming up.
Finally something I want to talk about.
Obviously. Okay, last news story, guys. I'll make this quick, unless you guys have something to say. TV adaptation of The Last of Us is coming to HBO.
Nikolai Coster-Waldau? How do you say his name? The guy who played Jamie Lannister. I want him to be.
He would make a good Joel.
I think he is a viable choice for like you said it's HBO?
HBO, yeah.
He's a viable choice for an HBO series in my opinion.
Well, somebody posted like their pictures of Joel and his picture, like,
and just get Ellen Page or something, right?
There you go. Yes.
I just think this whole entire thing is totally fucking unnecessary. What a dumb thing to adapt.
But it's already a movie. What they should do is make a God of War series.
That would actually be really
starring Josh.
Yes.
Come on. We can have like an entourage show.
White paint over his Ghostbusters tattoo.
And the Doom one.
Yeah.
That too.
So the TV show is intended to be just a retelling of the 2013.
That is so dumb. Just play the fucking game. It's not difficult. It's not a hard game to play. And honestly, I'm a big proponent of medium.
Mm-hmm.
When you make something in the medium and it works for the medium, don't change it. There's nothing else going for it. It's why the Watchmen movie sucked. It's why His Dark Materials,
we didn't hate it,
which they just made an adaptation of on HBO as well.
Yeah.
Really sucked.
Does it really? Did it suck more than a Golden Compass? Because nothing sucks more than a Golden Compass.
It doesn't suck as bad as that, but I still fell asleep every episode. And Allie loves it. She fell asleep too.
She's like a Lin-Manuel Miranda girl. Okay.
Sure.
But what if I said Craig Mazin, the guy that's behind the Chernobyl miniseries and also currently writing the Borderlands movie, is slated to lead the show?
Hey, I'm excited.
And, Brad, what if I also said that
Reggie's starring?
That Reggie Fils-Aimé is playing Ellie.
I would pay $1 million.
We gotta go, Joel.
Listen,
to
Joel.
GameStop. Come on down.
I'm here to kick this clicker's ass. But also Neil Druckmann, the actual writer of The Last of Us, the game, is going to be co-writing and executive producing.
The game is already kind of a movie, but everyone who's not played the game, it's going to be a really cool thing to watch for them.
Because what the world needs more of is more zombie fucking apocalyptic.
I'm
just gonna put this out there. I don't think the story of The Last of Us is that great. I think that in the medium that it's contained in, I think it's fantastic because I think you weren't able to achieve that within video games. Once you start adapting that for something where it is welcome territory, I don't think you've got anything there anymore. I just don't think this is going to be what anybody wants it to be. And I think that's the danger.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm down on it. I don't really care. I'll watch at least maybe one episode, see how
I will give it a chance, and I'll say that.
It depends on who they cast. I mean, if they cast that Nikolai Coster-Waldau guy, I'd watch that. There are other actors. I mean,
I want the little girl from Logan to be Ellie.
It's the same reason.
Oh, that'd be good.
The same reason I would never watch a Shining sequel, but you have Ewan McGregor, like, all right, you bastards.
Ewan McGregor would be a great Joel, and then the little girl from Logan, and then I'd watch it.
She's like, Ellie, I've got the higher ground. Don't try it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I hate you, master.
You underestimate my power.
They're also bringing over the game composer, Gustavo Santaolalla.
Yeah, they got the rights to the music, actually.
And the TV series is coming out on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, well, it's funny you mentioned that. This is actually the first show.
Don't tell me I'm right.
This is the first show from the from Sony's PlayStation production studio, which was created to develop and produce projects based on Sony's catalog of game properties. So you say God of War, I guarantee you, motherfucker, a God of War show will be coming.
That
maybe not starring Josh.
Baller ass starring. Oh fuck, Christopher Lloyd,
Michael Douglas. Can we revive him from the grave?
Kirk Douglas is dead.
Michael Douglas.
What? Oh, you want? Okay, yeah, fucking Michael Douglas.
And that was the news.
It was. Brad, let's get out of here with a fucking beer.
Well, we're gonna open our third beer here. I picked this up the other day. It's from Boulevard Brewing, and it's a collaboration with Modern Times.
I love Boulevard,
and I love Modern Times, as you know from your Facebook post the other day, Tom.
That's right.
This is called Restless Nights, and the reason you're restless is because it's a bourbon barrel-aged coffee porter with bourbon barrel-aged coffee beans. So you're going to get energy and put you to sleep at the same time. Makes
Baby,
you
you're
quite
speaking
restless.
my language.
That's the balance I like to have.
You get a big coffee smell.
Give me some Java.
Yeah, I like Java.
Me too, Java good. What's the name of Jabba's little creature?
Salacious Crumbs.
Yeah.
Salacious Crumbs.
Well, Tom, you nailed it there. That was terrifying.
Sorry.
Tom practices.
Did I ever tell you about the...
he does Al Pacino and Salacious Crumbs.
He's like, now hold on, Kate.
Jabba the Hutt as Al Pacino.
Yes.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you the story about... as a kid, I had the Jabba the Hutt playset.
Oh, sure. No, you didn't tell us this.
Okay. And...
You'd be like, take off those sexy bikinis.
No, man. I had to like... I played with that fucking thing like all day, but at night I had to have my mom take it out of my room because Jabba had like those eyes that would follow you no matter where you looked at it.
Oh, I'm scared.
And I'm just like, we do our morning.
Jabba's good.
It's your fault you stole the 32X. Go to bed.
Right? Yeah. No, I would do the little. Now I lay me down to sleep prayer, and then I'd be like, Mom,
I pray my Lord the soul to keep.
Can you take Jabba out of the room, please?
Wait, the prayer didn't fuck you up because that prayer fucked me up.
If I die before I wake? Shit.
And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul.
I mean, it fucks me up more now thinking about it. Yeah.
When I was that age, I'm like, holy shit.
All right, let's talk about the real God, though.
Brad, move us on, buddy.
We're moving into looking a gift horse in the mouth. Tom's least favorite
Brad,
title
I
for
love
his
this
favorite
section.
segment.
I do too.
I love the title.
I do too, actually.
It's a great segment. It's a great title.
What are we doing here?
We love you, Brad.
Well, what we do is we take the free games from the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and whatever the Switch has recently released for their NES or SNES libraries. I play them for roughly an hour, and then I tell you my experience with them. And we were speaking of gods and souls, so we're going to start with Sonic Forces on the PS4.
All right.
Of which it has none.
Well, I'm gonna quote Knuckles. He's responding to Vector, who is upset about something that just
Who's a
happened.
crocodile.
He's a crocodile with an attitude, as is everybody there.
And headphones.
But this is Knuckles. He says, "None of this is good, Vector. That's why it's called war."
Yay! Yay!
Okay, here's my
war.
review.
That's some fucking...
Sonic is dead and war is hell. Knuckles leads our resistance. Big the Cat is notably absent. They didn't explain it. They really leaned into dark and gritty for this game for some fucking reason, and it feels off. Gameplay is all over the place. 3D Sonic has almost never worked for me, and it doesn't here either. When it switches to 2D, it also feels off until the 2D Sonic comes in, and then you have a level where it plays exactly like old Sonic games. It's like, because they have 2D where it's not like that, and then they have 2D where it is like that. It's all over the place. But you do get to create your own character in the universe. I created Chronic the bird with 2 Ks. It's in the game. Chronic the bird. After each level, you get to unlock new gear to make your character even more rad. The game's fine. I don't care for it, but I did like customizing my Chronic the bird character.
Yeah.
All I heard was wah wah, wah wah. 2D Sonic, wah wah.
Yeah. Dude, Sonic releases
And nothing
a lot
against that.
Sonic releases a lot of
Pay
games.
attention. He said a lot of other stuff.
I know, yeah. Like
About how it sucks to play a 3D Sonic game. It always has.
It's never been good.
It's never been good. Anyone who says it's been good is fooling themselves.
They're-
there have been good parts to some Sonic. I mean,
No.
right?
The one downhill segment on the surfboard, and that's the only good part.
I mean, you're going to talk about the first
Oh,
stage
I
of
was
Sonic
looking
Adventure,
forward to
right?
talking to the guy from Crush 40 because he made that song.
Yep.
man.
Sorry, dude. I don't get to go to fucking Disney World either. So it's about an equal loss.
Are you guys-
You're not talking to Johnny Galecki or whatever his name is from Big
From
Brother.
Follow me, set me free. Trust me, and we will escape from the city.
Yep, that was it. But that was Sonic. That was Sonic Forces. I mean, shit. If you love Sonic, you probably want to play this game. But otherwise, you can skip it. It's nothing great.
Mm-hmm.
Robotnik brought back all the baddies from before. Turns out they're like brain controlled.
Sonic's in now. You gotta get every
Sonic
game
is
out.
cool now.
Moving
Let's play
on.
the James Marsden simulator.
All right. So for the Nintendo Switch, they recently released Shadow of the Ninja for the NES.
Oh,
I played this one.
Side scroller, hack and slash. Other games have done it better. This is fine if you are bored, though.
It's fine if you're bored.
The year is 2029, and Emperor Garuda is dictator. 2 shadows appear.
yes.
They are called ninjas.
Garuda is a famous
I wanted
wind
this game
demon.
so bad back in the day.
My review is, it is fine.
Natsume.
It's not as good as Gaiden.
No, it's not. And you can tell it's in the vein of those games,
Right.
but it's
Probably.
fine.
It's fine.
There was a time I was really into ninjas as a kid.
I just like that it's 2029 and we have an Emperor Garuda leading us.
Garuda is a wind demon
Yep.
Fuck Garuda.
from Japanese folklore.
Well, maybe in 9 years the coronavirus will turn into a person and be Emperor Garuda.
Emperor Coronavirus.
Moving on.
The next.
On the X-Bone, the Xbox 3 as they like to call it, is Shantae, the half-genie hero.
Great game.
Here's my review. This is my first experience with this series, and boy do I have a new waifu. Shantae is a fun, badass chick who loves to dance and whips her hair back and forth. The gameplay is
Willow
simple.
Smith.
The gameplay is simple. The levels are designed to be re-explored once you unlock more transformations. I wish the game was more difficult. It's very straightforward and kind of simple to play.
Would you say it's way forward?
It's waifu?
Life forward.
I will say this, though. The music fucking bumps. That soundtrack is banging. Every track. And it's got a fun tongue-in-cheekness to what the characters say.
Yeah.
The first boss is known as part omni-organic, partially titanic, ocean optional tinker slug, also known as Poop Toot.
Okay.
Very funny.
Which it's a fun game, and the music's great. I think this would work really great as a Game Boy Advance game for me as a teenager because it's got simple gameplay. It's meant to have some replay value, but I just played Cuphead. This game seems like a little cakewalk right now.
It's a cakewalk.
It looks good. I've heard of it. I haven't played it.
The series is great.
I actually own the first I did at one time own the first Shantae for Game Boy Color.
Yeah. How old is this series?
It literally was from like 99 or 2000. I did own this game. If I had saved it, it would be worth at least 20 times its original price. So,
holy shit.
I'm really upset that I sold it probably for Super Smash Brothers for the
right.
For the N64. I probably
Sonic
did sell it for that.
But
I did own it.
I'm happy to have a chance to finally play this series because a lot of people do mention
the other ones are great too.
Yeah. It's cool. I wish there was like a harder difficulty to it. It's just the music's so good I would play it. And I do recommend checking this game out for sure. It's fun.
I agree. I do. Yeah.
I'm going to check that out.
Plus, she's a little bitty, you know. She's wearing like pajamas in the opening scene. I'm like, damn, what's up, girl?
But she's like a genie girl.
And the music's so bumping and she just like dances the whole time. Very cool.
I know Brad's specific thing now. That's great.
Genies, yes.
Actually, yeah.
Robin Williams.
Gotta like what you do.
Shit. That's when I discovered sexuality.
Will Smith.
No, come on.
Oh.
Never had a friend like
Barbara Eden.
Fine.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Is that the original I Dream of Jeannie? You would know.
I used to watch that shit all the time.
Did you pretend you were the astronaut?
Huh?
Did you pretend you were the astronaut?
Larry Hagman? No. He drank a lot.
You gotta.
So I pretend I'm
you got some knowledge, dude. You got some knowledge.
I don't remember any aspect of that.
You don't remember the theme song?
Yeah.
Who's old now, bitch?
Because I watched Nick at Night, you bitch.
She'd blink her eyes, whereas the Bewitched would move her nose.
Move her nose, yeah.
It's cuter to wiggle your nose. I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
She was way cuter.
The outfit for the genie, though, was a little more risque.
Yeah, but...
And that was the Nick at Night minute.
Dick York or Dick Sargent?
Dick York.
I'll take them both.
All right.
Dick all the time.
And one other quick review. One other quick review for the Google Stadia. No one fucking played it. Moving on.
All right. Yay.
Thanks, Brett.
Let's move on to the quick touch on games we're playing segment.
Yes.
Quick. I got a lot of things to say.
I played Final Fantasy VII a little more. I usually play it really drunk. I got Ketchy, and that's where I'm at.
I was actually able to pick up a save after, spoiler alert, Eris dies.
What the fuck, dude? I haven't gotten to that part.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
This is the worst day of my life.
Dude, did you have the Phoenix down?
So I had
This is worse than coronavirus.
I was literally following a guide up until then because really, a couple of years ago, I really wanted to just get through it, like almost like a completionist level. And the game gets so easy once you fucking like, you're just like, especially with the 3 times button.
I love it.
It's
so much.
Disgustingly like I can destroy. I am like the craziest. Like it's just like an enemy will come up to you and it's just like Sephiroth kills Eris. And then suddenly he's like, well, now I'll send this guy after you. It's Genova Life, and it's got like water powers. And all my characters are equipped with materia that absorb water. So it's just like every attack is just like,
feel me. Yes.
Absolutely. I love Final Fantasy VII. I will say this, though. I was playing it, and I said, you know what? I got to go back to 8.
7's a little long in the tooth.
I was going to say 7 is the second best Final Fantasy for PS1.
Save it. We're ranking all 15 games soon.
You don't want to miss it, people.
And Josh is going to say, I don't fucking care.
Josh might also be quarantined that night. I don't know. Or self-quarantined.
What I'm going to say is
let's have him record a statement that we can just play for us.
I'm playing a statement. Yeah. I don't condone any of this.
I'm going to say this. This is going to be my definitive statement on 8, which I've also been playing. 8 is the Wind Waker of
but Wind Waker's
Final Fantasy
great.
series.
All right. Save it. Oh, my God.
Everyone knows that you're the football guy.
Yes, and the Wind Waker guy.
But you know I'm multifaceted.
When I think of facets,
when you think of faucets, you think of Dylan.
I do. Okay, so Final Fantasy VII on 3 times mode. Been playing anything else, my friend?
I have been playing Ori and the Will of the Wisps because it just came out on Game Pass.
It did.
I am seriously impressed by this video game.
As am I. Did you play the first one?
I played it all the way through. I played it all the way through probably 2 years ago, actually.
Yeah.
I
almost finished it, or I don't know how far I got. But
if you get close to the end, you get the gist, and I'm gonna say that honestly, you know the mechanics because unlike other like in some sequels, especially Metroidvanias, you don't get all of your abilities back, but with this one, you get some of them back. Especially like the wall jump ability. We're talking like Mega Man X style.
Yep. I think I just got that one.
But you pretty much start from square one. The story is much more rich. I am literally, they tell me I'm 20% through the game already.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be an incredibly long experience, especially once you're used to moving the character around and figuring out secrets.
I heard about 10
Sounds
hours.
like my second marriage.
I heard about 9-10 hours.
She was a bitch.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying myself fully. The new abilities are fantastic. You don't just have your little light that like shoots things for you. You actually, it's so weird. Ori's got like a sword.
Yes.
But have you upgraded? Have you upgraded yet?
Not yet. I'm about like
so you know
8%,
there are two other slots, and you can equip other stuff to that. Like there's an arrow one.
Okay.
Where he shoots like a bow and arrow, and there's also one I bought. Because the first one was like the vendor, he was like, "Oh, it's very cheap. I'll give you it for this price right away." I'm like, "Okay." Yeah. Well, you can set up sentries of light. They're like your first weapon from the first game.
Okay.
But you can set them up in spaces so that if an enemy tries to attack you and you can't fight them, the sentries will kind of fight them for you.
Okay.
So they're like these little turrets. And
I like the fact that there are actually characters, even though they're kind of voiced weird. There's actually people you can talk to. You're not like entirely alone on the journey.
The first one is very lonely.
It is. But
I think that's the theme though.
But man, Moon Studios, so good at
oh my God,
pulling heartstrings and just without any words.
Coo the Owl is one of my favorite characters of the year.
I probably never told you guys this story because I never talked about Ori, I think, on this podcast ever. But the first game, when I first started that game, I was dating a girl at the time, and I started it while she came home from work. And you played it, so you know what the beginning is, right?
Oh, God.
And
I played it in front of Matt.
So she's I'm sitting down, I start this game, and she sits down next to me, and she's like, "Oh, let me tell you what went on work today. You know, I did, I helped this old lady.
Fuck you,
whatever,
bitch.
I'm watching this game."
Jesus, and what is she talking about?
And as she's talking,
yep.
as she's talking, she's like, she's telling me her day, but increasingly looking at the screen. And this is in the first 4 minutes of the game. But she stops talking. And within the first 4 minutes, we're both like crying.
Were you really crying?
And we're like looking at each other like, what happened? What? I don't know.
I did cry too. I was very emotional at the time.
Okay, I didn't cry. I just got really choked up and maybe my eyes watered.
Well, a tear rolled down my eye.
But it was like, holy
alone.
Shit. Definitely when I think of games that like just evoke emotions, like Ori and the Blind Forest.
So,
I don't know, man.
I personally haven't beaten the first game, but when I was at Games Done Quick, I interviewed two of the big people there, Jay Hobbs and Spike.
Jay Hobbs is like, I didn't realize he was all about this game. He's been tweeting the shit out of it.
Luckily, the interview went well enough. They're like, yeah, we're going to go have some drinks with the Ori and the Blind Forest crew. Not like the people that made the game, but like the whole community that speedruns the game. Mm-hmm. So we went down there and it was just like, I brought a cooler of beer and we just partied all night. They just kept talking about Ori. Dude, when we go to Games Done Quick, if it's not canceled for the coronavirus,
it's probably gonna be canceled.
But if it's not, we're just partying with the Ori crew.
I'm gonna have money now, so it's fine.
We're partying with the Ori crew the whole time. That was cool. My experience with it. Was them like super drunk, not spoiling things, and trying to tell me how great it was.
Yeah,
I'm gonna, looking back on it, even now, this is a more accessible game.
I already feel that way.
The first one was very much what it was, and it was very experimental. This one is almost more mainstream, but in a very like plausible way. I'm going to put it this way too. It reminded me, because I've been playing a lot of Devil May Cry 5. It reminded me a lot of Devil May Cry 5 in terms of the way the combos work with your attacks and how you can use different abilities in conjunction with each other. I think this game is absolutely fabulous. I think the story is great. Obviously, Coo the Owl is my favorite character of the year, bar none. He's so cute. And I just want to see him fly again.
Me too. And
spoiler warning, he can't fly.
It's in the opening.
It's in the game.
It is gorgeous. It might be
like EA.
It might be the it might be the best looking 2D game I've seen so far.
It is.
It is absolutely
That opening animation, what a surprise.
I'll show you guys. I don't know if you played it in 4K with the HDR. It's just fucking, I mean, it looks good anywhere.
I know,
but it's just like, oh my Lord.
He only plays it on the Switch.
I've only got it on a 1080. Actually, it's not on the Switch. I got it on Game Pass. I got it for
It will
free,
be on the Switch though.
It will be, and I'll buy it again.
Yeah.
I'll actually pay for it this time.
But yeah, Ori 2. I'm looking forward to playing that also.
Man, the abilities you get and like the customization, it's so much more different.
Yep.
It's lovely. Great game.
Good deal, man.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't think so. I did say Devil May Cry 5, but that's a long time coming. I'm going to have thoughts on it later once I complete the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because that's free on Game Pass.
When you want to talk about it, I'll play it a little bit beforehand.
It'll be next time.
Since I have an extra fucking week off from work since Disney World's closed.
We need to.
Hey, what if we streamed it?
Yeah.
Actually, I have MLB The Show.
All my travel next week was
Tom and
canceled
I
too.
will stream
So
it.
I'll be home. So we can just.
What is going on with the world right now?
We're going to become streamers now.
We're the people
actually,
that
this might actually be our way to make
This
money.
might be our last podcast.
We're going to start answering
Above
questions
ground.
at the end of the podcast about toilet paper stuff. But
Yes.
were people right in buying all of it? Because shit, if we can't go to
Literally,
Target to buy toilet paper, I can't poop anymore.
How many big packs of toilet paper do I have?
You're the problem.
Yeah.
You're the problem.
That's fine. I've also got a ton of beans too.
But at least you do have toilet paper. So
I have the protein. I have the future currency.
All right. Have you been playing anything else?
No.
Okay. I've been in between games. I think I'm waiting for Final Fantasy VII Remake to come out, or maybe Resident Evil.
Doom Eternal.
I'm actually most excited to play the Half-Life Alyx that's coming out at the kind of towards the tail end of March.
You're gonna hang on that VR?
Yeah, I have Oculus.
You've got the good one.
I have the shit one.
Yeah, you do.
It's great.
It's fun.
It's so great. I still love it.
Good games.
I wish I fucking had it. I'm going to point that out.
I have the best games.
The best games.
I haven't really been playing.
Your Trump impression's terrible. Stick to
It's
Pacino
the
and
best
fucking
games.
Salacious Crumb.
Now, hold on.
I've been playing a lot lately.
You'll be Pacino. I'll be Trump.
Yeah, no, I guess I'll be over here. I'll be that guy. Everyone loves Raymond, too. Hey.
Raymond, your mother, she's the real bitch.
This sounds like a great
I've been playing a lot of
Patreon
games with my
episode.
ex-wife. Yeah, she's crazy.
No one will ever buy.
Hey, Al, what do you got over there?
So outside of Ori and Will of the Wisps, I've been playing a couple other Game Pass games. Lonely Mountain Downhill. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, that's actually pretty good. I have
It's not
played
bad.
that.
It's like
yeah.
Marble Madness on a bike.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It's
Marble
difficult.
Madness on a bike. You have my attention.
Yeah.
It is literally.
Check it out.
It's kind of a twitchy kind of like move 'em up is how I want to describe it.
Isometric. You're on a BMX bike going down a hill, and you have to navigate your guy down, and it gets pretty intense, and
It's difficult.
you have to be pretty. It's very difficult, but
Because
still
your guy
fun.
will kill himself.
Yes. Thank God for like immediate like load times where every time you die.
One problem with Ori is that it chugs.
Oh, did it?
Oh, you get a little bit further, it will chug.
Okay. I'll be looking out for that. I heard that some people said that the early build of the Xbox One version before the day one patch was pretty unstable.
Yeah, it actually it will pause mid frame for like 5 seconds sometimes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you been playing anything else, Tom?
Yeah, we did an episode about no shame games, and
You sound really ashamed right now.
I didn't really mention this one, but because I've been playing it for a while now, the last year, off and on. And
Dream Daddy.
it is I'd want to play Dream Daddy.
I want to play.
So
I've beaten it.
I'm a big Persona 5 guy.
I do sometimes. Too.
I love the music of Persona 5. It's an RPG. And speaking of, I think
You've never played Persona 5?
No, he's played it. He's probably talking about one of those
huge
rhythm
fan.
games or something. I
Huge
don't
fan.
know.
Persona 5 Royal just came out. If you haven't
It's just
played
still
before.
Persona
No,
5,
it didn't
though,
just
right?
come out. It's coming out in like many weeks.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
not out.
It's coming out soon. It's like the remix or whatever of it. Looks pretty good. But
The
okay.
DX version.
I've been playing Persona 5 Dancing All Night, I think it's called.
Yeah.
It's the dance rhythm game where you play as the characters
They're so
of Persona
charming.
5.
I played those demos. They're not good.
And
Who's your favorite Persona 5 character?
Who do I ship?
Yeah, but who's your wife? I mean, first of all, who's your waifu?
Makoto. It's my
Really,
wife.
Makoto?
Even though I couldn't date her because I wasn't smart enough in the game. So I was team on. But
I'm not surprised about that.
I'll tell you what, I was smart enough, oddly enough.
Were you good?
But
Did
I
you
didn't go
use,
for
do you
her.
use a strategy guy?
I went for the teacher.
I did
date the
Yes,
teacher?
you can date a
all
lot
right,
of
I'm
people.
getting Persona 5 tomorrow.
You
okay.
Because it's always been my
clear your calendar.
Dipshit, like,
because
it's gonna take you
150 hours.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm gonna play it eventually.
It's a great dungeon crawler.
I think this would make a good Raw Dogs episode.
We will have a Raw Dogs episode about this because
after I play it, then we will.
Here's my thought. Do you have a PS Vita?
No, but I want to get one of those PS TVs that can hook up to your HD
Okay,
TV.
here's what I want from you because
$5.
Persona 4 Golden is my favorite Persona game still. It's better than 5. I'm sorry, and
no apologies.
That's the one I would want to talk about before anything.
There's also
else.
a rhythm game for Persona 4.
No, yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
And that includes 3, right? Or is that 5 includes 3?
I don't know. Maybe.
Whatever.
Anyways, yeah, I have been playing Persona 5 Dancing all night. I just beat the credit sequence, which I was stuck on for a while. It's just one of those games where you have to do shit's just flying at you everywhere, and you have to press the right buttons and button combinations. And
was it at least fun?
Nerd, and I love it. And I love the music. Like,
yeah,
the Persona 5 music is fucking amazing.
Brad
knows.
Yep. Yeah. I haven't played the game, but I have listened to the soundtrack, and I fucking love it.
So good.
Because I actually put this on one of my top PS4 soundtracks.
Yeah, and we talked about how
I told Brad to put it on too.
Well,
I would fucking throw.
He didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
I went on this on my own.
Good.
I was worried. I'm worried about the fact that every time you go into a random battle, there's lyrics, though. I could find that to be grating.
It doesn't.
And we will not do that.
Last surprise, gonna come
the last surprise, baby. No, it doesn't get old. What you have to do is you have to put on a podcast first.
After that episode, I was not more excited to play Persona 5. I was more excited to play Nier Automata. I want to get into that fucking
Nier Automata. I read that whole book, by the way.
How was it?
It was great.
I'm glad you liked it.
I'm going to borrow it to you once you start playing it again.
I saw Nier was on sale, and I was like, shit, I really want to play that game.
Get the Yorha edition.
We're going to take a quick break right now. I had been playing Luigi's Mansion and a little bit of GTA 5, but like I said, still waiting. But
that's a baby game. You haven't finished it yet.
I know.
Have you seen the list of games Tom's playing? There's like
Listen,
7
I
of
did.
them.
I want to say I kept
down my list.
I would only play Luigi's Mansion when I was traveling. That was like the I don't know, the code that I gave myself. Like, this is my travel game.
You can't travel.
And now I can't travel, so I'm like, I'm gonna play this. And God, that game's so fucking charming. Oh my God,
it's a beautiful diorama of treasures and secrets.
But let's take a quick break. Let's listen to these great podcasts on the Greenlit Podcast Network, and we're gonna come back with a brand new segment from our man Dylan and the topic of the show. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Ray, and this is my friend Alex.
Hi.
And we do a show called No More Whoppers.
Some call it corn, we call it therapy.
We're adults with the virility of men.
Want to hear us read snack food copy and talk about Japanese chips? Too bad!
Join us every month or so on the Greenlit Podcast Network.
They say with age comes wisdom. Well, over here at the Cartridge family, we only have one question. Who are they? Join 3 imperfect dads as they juggle kids, wives, and jobs while indulging in their favorite hobby, playing video games.
The Cartridge Family, a Greenlit Network podcast.
Welcome back, everybody.
Before we move
to our brand new segment with Dylan.
Before we move on to the brand new segment,
with Dylan.
Here's Brad's YouTube minute.
Okay. What the fuck?
So I recently started following this YouTube creator called Nick Robinson. And
here's to you.
I don't know a lot of what he's done besides this, but I know he loves
Polygon.
He loves the Monkey Ball franchise.
Mm-hmm.
He went and tracked down the voice actor in Japan. It was a very interesting thing because the announcer, no one knew who it was, and he found out. But he did a video recently about why has there not been a good Monkey Ball game since Monkey Ball 2?
Oh.
And I didn't know this, but the guy who created Monkey Ball 1 and 2, he started making Yakuza games.
He did, yeah.
And he started like turning into like some gangster ass looking
Kim
Kardashian motherfucker.
Yes.
So
you got a big ass?
You got a big ass.
Oh God.
But I'm not
getting any.
I didn't know this story until I watched Nick Robinson's YouTube videos on Monkey Ball, where I'm like, oh, he made Yakuza series and turned into like a gangster, and that's why we don't have Monkey Ball games. So fuck the Yakuza franchise, not fuck the Yakuza. We were fine, whatever. But I miss Monkey Ball is what I'm saying.
Like the Yakuza franchise?
I think the Yakuza games.
No, I mean they're fine, but
very good.
I'm just sad we don't have Monkey Ball games more than that we have Yakuza
1 and 2
games.
are infinitely replayable, so it's fine.
But
Yakuza.
Just do something with the fucking franchise, please, because it is
Oh,
great.
you don't like Banana Blitz?
That was Brad's YouTube minute. We don't need to talk about.
I guarantee you, one of the next Yakuza games, there will be a playable Monkey Ball in there because
Probably.
yeah,
It does take place in modern times, so.
Yeah.
Finally.
the brewery.
Should we open our last beer, or do we do the Dylan's new segment?
Let's do the segment first, and
okay.
then we'll hit the last beer as we get to the topic in the end.
My segment is called Independence, tentatively.
Look, the gift horse in the mouth is looking fine now, right?
It's the only thing I could think of. 'Cause my name starts with
Like I said,
D. if
we'll
you
work
didn't
it
know.
out. We'll work it out. We'll workshop it.
It's fine. I would like to shout out indie titles that I find on either Steam or the Switch. Things that seem interesting or things that you get a little bit of buzz about.
Fuck
this
you,
time,
Epic Game Store.
I mean, most of it goes to
Just
Steam.
kidding.
I'm even talking about early access games that I think are cool.
Mhm.
I think a lot of these developers need to be shouted out. My first game.
I think that's a great idea.
My first game is actually a very strange one. It is called The Longing. The Longing is a pseudo adventure idle game. That's the way I'm going to put it. You are this little shade, as it's described, and like a point and click adventure, you start out on various screens.
Okay.
And you are born from the hand of this giant stone king. He's a giant statue. And he releases you. And he says, go forth and hang out for a while. I still need time to recover, essentially. And he says, I need 400 days to recover.
Okay.
And you go, okay. And you're like, I don't know what that means. And then you're going around. He needs 400 actual like human days to recover.
In real time days?
In real time.
I like that.
The time keeps going as you're not playing.
I like that.
But you have this infinite, like vast, almost labyrinthian place to explore. During that time, I have, because I downloaded it 2 days ago and started playing it, I have wandered throughout. I have gotten charcoal, a little bit of chalk, and I have made drawings that I can stick on my wall in my little hidey hole.
Okay.
And then I can start fires, like a little campfire. And I've wandered all throughout the caves. A bunch of different stuff's happened. I found a book, approximately 1,200 pages of Moby Dick, which I could read in real time if I wanted to, which is my favorite book, by the way, which is fucking weird.
Yeah.
But it's literally like my description of the first 30 minutes. I wake up, I go into my little space, and it's like, oh, I can do a drawing. You let him do the drawing, but you're not doing the drawing. You're just watching him do the drawing. So it's like a time-lapse video.
Okay.
And then he's like, oh, now this is done. Maybe I should hang this on my wall. And you go, all right. And then it allows you to place it on the wall with your cursor. And then I'm like, all right, well, let's see what's going on out here. And then I go up the stairs and I get to this door at the top of these stairs. And it takes you forever because he literally says, no need to go too fast. I've got 400 days. And he walks slowly up the stairs. And then he gets to a door, and I'm like, let's open the door. And he's like, this door might take a while to open. And you can literally stand there for 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes to open the door. And so once the door opens...
Can you open it any faster, or can you just literally just let the animation play?
You have to let the animation play.
For 10 minutes.
Unless you bug the game and you go into the programming, there's no other way to do this.
So you can play another game while you're playing this game.
Yes,
Yeah.
I actually do keep it in a side window. I was playing Final Fantasy VIII while I played this.
Yeah.
But you can also set your character, the shade, to auto walk and auto explore.
Okay.
So what you can do is you can set him up for a situation where you're playing the game, he will walk around and do stuff. But once you exit the game, he's going to go to sleep. And if you leave the game for too long and you don't check in every few days, he actually, because I did it, I skipped yesterday.
So what is the goal? You got the guy that's sleeping for 400. Okay.
I don't know either.
It's one of those that kind of will reveal itself.
You might
over
actually
time.
like this because it does remind me very much of a Sierra adventure game.
Is there actual puzzles?
No, there are no puzzles.
Okay.
Not from what I've achieved yet. There are environmental puzzles that are time-based. So I walked up to a staircase, and as I tried to move up the stairs...
Come back on December 13th, 2020.
I did the math. It's sometime in June
really?
next year that actually I'm going to be able to get through this. Yeah.
Holy shit. That's insane.
No, I'm sorry, late May.
All right. But the timer starts whenever you start the game. It's not like the developers are like...
Nope. It's whenever you start the
it.
game. So there are people who are going to finish it before me because obviously this thing came out 8 days ago, I think, from the recording.
Damn.
But I think this game has the potential to be something pretty crazy. I like it because I like any game that makes me think about things. I was obviously talking about Nier Automata a lot. Mm-hmm. I like games that make you think. I like games that kind of warp your mind a little or put yourself in a different perspective.
Right.
Because there are so many games where immediately you jump right in and you know exactly what you're doing and how you're supposed to do it. This game doesn't tell you shit. It's like, go for it, dude. And I will keep you updated maybe every 2 months. That is my goal from now on. I will have a segment called The Longing for those months.
It's one of my favorite novels I bought in grocery stores.
And I'm going to take notes of everything I do and everything that happens with my character because I'm going to imagine a lot of stuff happens because at this point, nothing is really happening.
So I'd imagine there's not a lot of reviews on this game because
there are
obviously
some people who have reviewed it. There are some people who have bugged it, and apparently they have found some of the endings. I am not going to look up the endings.
Oh, shit.
No.
That's cheating, man.
Leave it alone, you know?
Yeah.
I know. But the fact that it's 400 days specifically, I'm like, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
400.
That's like 1/3 of a Kingdom Hearts title.
It's better than promising a 10-year Anthem experience.
I hear there are actually ways in-game to speed up time, though. So this might end sooner rather than later.
We don't know, though.
Yeah.
I really like this game, though.
Well, keep us updated. I mean, I like unique experiences like that are just, like you said, off the cuff and just kind of...
Yeah, exactly.
You just don't go into it knowing it's a shooter and then can mindlessly fucking... whatever.
Well, the artist is fantastic. A lot of great cross hatching, a lot of great character design themselves.
Yeah.
What's the studio's name is, and I think it's a German studio. I'm going to be honest with you. It's
Schadenfreude.
It's Schadenfreude. It's Studio Sufse.
Sufse.
Shout out to them.
That sounds Swedish.
Every one of their other games I've never heard of. I will be playing your game, The Longing, though, for at least 400 days. So,
all right. Well,
fantastic.
I look forward to hearing you talk about The Longing, and I look forward to more in Deep-endence. Is that segments?
In Deep-endence is better than Independence because D is the first letter of my name.
Gotcha.
In Deep-endence is pretty good.
All right.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
That was good.
No.
Thanks, Dylan.
We'll work on it.
We'll work on it.
So we have another beer. While Brad is opening this beer, I'll go ahead and explain the topic of the show, which is just going to have a casual discussion about Disney games that we've played in the past.
It's cash.
Not talking about, the crazy batshit Kingdom Hearts stuff. No Star Wars, all the old-fashioned Disney.
When does Pixar count?
Pixar counts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Pixar would totally count.
Brad plays every Pixar.
But, I mean, this was prior to the on-air cancellation of Brad's vacation, so I don't know if he really wants to talk about Disney right now. I'll leave it up to you, my friend.
Going to Disney World is half a vacation. It's also half of you're standing in lines on your feet all day. I'm bummed, but I also know my family will get there another day. 25 years when the coronavirus lets out.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch my children's children go on fucking rides. But we are talking about Disney games.
What a turn of events.
Non-Kingdom Hearts, non-Star Wars, the classics. I guess if you wanted to consider Jedi Fallen Order, that is a Disney game at this point. But
no, it's not.
No? You wouldn't call it?
It's a Lucas.
No, I mean...
But before we
Star
get
Wars.
to there, Tom, would you explain this beautiful beer you're providing for the group?
Yeah, you got it. This is called the Bourbon Donut Don. This is from Venture Brewing Company in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. I stopped there this past Sunday, and the bartender conned me into buying a bottle of it.
You're lucky. Carly was trying, if our timing was differently, she was wanting to go there so bad, but our timing was just off.
Oh, on Sunday?
She really wanted to get this bottle.
Oh, really? Yeah.
She's pissed that I have this.
Oh shit! Well, Carly, should have fucking been there.
She doesn't listen to the podcast.
Whatever. I don't care. Yeah, it is. It was a recent release, so I don't know much more about it other than the like I said, the bartender was like, you want a bottle. I was cashing out. He's like, you want a bottle. I'm like, this feels
the
like
bartender can smell money.
Yeah, and I'm like, this feels like a Girl Scout
great.
coming up to me and selling me cookies. And you can't say no.
But it's a donut beer.
It is a donut beer. And I love donut beers. So, cheers. Go check out Venture Brewing.
Oh, that is so nice. That is warmed up the right amount. I'm glad it was sitting on the table while we were doing most of this.
Yeah, you got to get these.
It's appropriate. A lot of like coffee notes, like
yes,
cocoa, coffee.
It's actually more coffee than I thought it would be. I thought it would be more donutty.
Yeah.
More pastry. But it is still good. They make some solid brews, those Venture boys. Right up the road from Fermentorium, if you ever go there.
So I wish I'd gone with you guys.
When you wish upon a beer, makes no
Shut the fuck up! We're talking about my video games!
God damn it, Tom!
Recipes!
We gotta defeat Xehanort!
It's Zambus' half-brother's clone! Why aren't you smiling, Sora?
Is that King Mickey?
Jay Goofy?
I was doing this all throughout Allie playing this game. First of all, Kingdom Hearts 3, not great.
No Kingdom Hearts!
Fine.
We'll save it.
I take it back.
We're saving it. We're saving it.
Yeah, so
Damn.
let's just go ahead and talk about
The good, the bad, and the goofy.
the good, the bad, the goofy, and
Hey, gawrsh.
whatever we played.
Oh.
Do you guys remember the first Disney game you might have played?
Yeah,
I do in a very big way.
Do you really? Okay, yeah.
Adventures in the Magic Kingdom for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Excellent. Brad, tell us about this.
Well, okay. So this game, you are actually going to the Magic Kingdom. So I'm not.
You've already been
I'm
there.
going to have to play the
You've
game.
already
now.
been there.
You're literally
vicariously.
not allowed anymore.
I'm literally not going anymore.
Because you got the virus.
But I remember this game as a kid. My buddy had it. And you know how Nintendo games, you could have that one game and you try and beat it 1,000 times, but you could never beat it.
And it's bad, but you still tried your hardest at it.
It's good enough.
because
to
it's the only
where,
one you have.
There's a way to play it. Yeah, that's most of these games probably. But you can go to the Magic Kingdom, to Space Mountain, to
I've played
Autopia,
this.
Big Thunder Mountain,
Mhm.
Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Ooh.
It's got two of them play similar.
Small
Otherwise,
World?
they're kind of like a bunch of like mini games ish.
Mhm.
And some of it's like memorizing patterns. Some is like reflex stuff. One is kind of like a car racing thing, but they're all great.
Well, I
mean, they're
remember.
not-
I remember the log one,
there wasn't a log.
like the White River Rapids one.
I think you're thinking of a different game.
That has
That
to
was
be in
Oregon
there.
Trail.
Oh no!
I don't know what you're thinking of.
Am I thinking of a Muppets one?
You're thinking of something else because there was no like Whitewater Rapids level.
I get all these NES.
I guess
games
Muppets would
confused.
count too. Disney fucking owns those people.
But
Because I did rent a lot of games.
I remember playing this game a whole lot, and part of my segment for this was going to be that I was going to Disney World and I was going to take pictures with all of these amusement rides
Right.
and
Mhm.
try and complete the game. But
Too bad, so sad.
this is one of those games where you can't beat it. There's like Turtles for the PC or whatever that like the jump is impossible. The original team.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Yep.
It's impossible for me to actually do that now. So I will have to play this shitty Nintendo game. I do enjoy it, but did either of you play this?
I did.
You thought you did, but we're not sure.
I
Yeah,
probably did
that was
not.
That was Battletoads.
It was not Battletoads.
That was Mario Brothers 2, man. You're way
I might be confusing this with the Muppet
It
game,
was Halo.
which is deeply similar.
Oh yes, that's right.
Where it's where you visit attractions and you play a certain like mini game essentially. Like
Yeah.
there are a ton of games within the game.
I want to say there were other games like that, or maybe
No, there are a ton.
You know what I
but
mean?
that's why I'm getting it confused
Sure.
within my dipshit brain because I didn't research it really. so.
Yeah, I remember seeing screenshots of this game in Nintendo Power. For some reason, I was like, "What? This takes place at a fucking real world place? Like, I don't play games like that. I want to fucking play the Mushroom Kingdom.
I want to be a ninja.
I don't want to be this guy with a cowboy hat or whatever. Fuck that shit."
No, I didn't. I mean, I can't even say anything about it because I feel like I played it and I don't know if
Mhm.
I did. So this is dumb for me to even be talking. Brad, what did you actually think of this?
I like the game. It's not great.
Yeah.
It's got that Nintendo charm, though, where it's good enough.
Sure.
You talked about this game on the Shame episode, didn't you?
I might have, yeah,
Yeah.
because
I remember you talking about
It's a game that I have such fond memories for, but I don't think it's necessarily aged well. But I do love Disney World. I love amusement parks, and this embraces Disney's amusement parks in a way that not many of their titles do. A lot of them just work on the different franchises, but this is fun because it takes you to Space Mountain. It takes you to, Pirates of the Caribbean before Johnny Depp got his scarves all over it.
His scarves. Well, Brad, your parents never took you to Disney anything?
No, I mean, I went to Disney World when I was 12.
How about Disney
I went to
on
Disney
Ice?
World when I was 9.
I've been to Disney on Ice. That was a date.
So I was gonna accuse your parents of being neglectful.
No,
my mom
my
actually
parent
took me when I was 9.
My dad put us in a fucking minivan and drove us there to Orlando, Florida. They're not neglectful. He's like a special hero.
Nice.
Mr. Brad, you're fantastic.
Mr. Dad.
Mr. Brad Dad.
Major Brad.
Major Brad. Brad Major.
Boom.
And you're Brad Minor.
Dylan,
Oh,
do you have a Disney game?
Yeah, I do. Aladdin.
But which one?
Like,
I know this is a...
this could tell a lot about a man.
I played both.
I do have
I had a friend who had a
Aladdin.
Genesis, and I had a Super Nintendo at one point.
So my initial thoughts are you're going to lean towards the Super Nintendo since that was yours, but I could be
Yeah.
wrong.
Go
The
ahead.
level design in the Super Nintendo version is better.
I feel like, is there a
What
but?
the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, what
You're out of your fucking mind.
I'm not. The animations are way better in Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you get a sword in Genesis. That's cooler, but as in terms of how a game holds up, and there aren't like infinite cliff dives from like in the Genesis era, like the Genesis one, you're jumping off a bunch of these ledges and you're hoping that you climb onto something else. In the fucking Super Nintendo version, you can see the other side and you can actually do platforming. As much as I think the Genesis one is beautiful, it's not as good. It's just not.
Yeah, so that girl I was talking about earlier where we were crying at Ori and the Blind Forest. Yeah, so she was a SNES Aladdin proponent. I was a Genesis Aladdin proponent because I never really played the SNES version.
Sure. Not a lot of people, compared to the Genesis,
I mean,
not a lot of people
Genesis
did.
one is huge.
The Genesis one was a top seller.
So I would agree with you. The SNES one was made by Capcom. Genesis was made by Shiny. They did Earthworm Jim.
But they got all the original
But they got
animators.
they got the animators
Yeah,
and the
I know.
animation, and it was phenomenal.
It looks so good.
And that game is a collectathon where you have to collect things before you can move on to certain levels. Whereas,
but it's a tight screen, so your character is looms very large.
But god damn it, that animation just
It looks
made
so good.
so much.
It's so good.
It made that game.
I can't even argue with that part of it.
Yeah.
It looks so much better than the SNES version. But I do have to say, as a video game player, the SNES one is better.
Yes, I learned to concede that point.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
And also, like, a character with a sword really trumps a character throwing apples.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Fucking sword.
Because Nintendo, they didn't want sword characters, even though they had fucking Legend of Zelda.
Those guys aren't going to make it, I tell you. Those Nintendo people.
They'll never last.
I think the first game I ever played was a game called Mickey Mousecapade. I don't remember a lot of it.
I've seen playthroughs.
That game sucks.
It's not good. I remember
I
as a
played it
kid.
last night.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, it sucks.
Brad, come on.
I played like 30 Disney games last night.
But you know what game doesn't suck? DuckTales.
Woo! I played the remaster.
Did
which
you?
You can't get anymore. I have it on my computer, and I'm never
With like the
getting rid of it.
95-year-old original voice of Scrooge McDuck before he died?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have it. I own it, and I'm never getting rid of it. I will never not download that.
I do like David Tennant as the new Scrooge McDuck.
He's good.
He's good.
But
Is
the
he?
original guy's dead,
Oh, really?
and they ran out of the license for it. So,
That's
and
too
also
bad.
you can't find the remastered DuckTales anymore.
Right. It was a licensing thing, right?
It's all gone
right
now. Yep.
It's kind of been
I'm
taken
glad
down.
to have it.
Yeah.
If I ever wanted to sell my computer, I could literally advertise has DuckTales the same way.
PT.
When I sold my PS4 and I said it has PT on it, he's like, "I'll pay you 50 extra bucks." I'm like, "All right, shit, I gotta take care of my cat who's got like eye goops."
I don't have a lot to say. I mean, I think everybody, I don't want to say everybody, but most people play DuckTales or at least know that DuckTales is a very good, one of the best NES games, in my opinion.
Proto Shovel Knight.
Phenomenal.
I played it a couple nights ago, booted it up, and I'm like, this is This is still
so
good.
solid.
Do you know what's not a good game?
Yes.
That I thought was a good one.
I know
when
a
I was
lot
a
of
kid.
Chip and
bad
Dale?
games.
Chip and Dale.
I thought you were going to go.
Oh my god.
I was trying to get a calendar. I wound up with a Nintendo game.
Yeah. Thunder from Down Under?
Yeah.
Fuck, yeah.
I thought it was the subtitle. No, it wasn't.
No. I booted that up the other day.
You booted it.
I booted
it
not
Yeah, it booted
not
the
great.
game up. It wasn't great.
Not great.
He booted the game up. It was fantastic.
I got the coronavirus.
Gawrsh, Sora. He's got the coronavirus.
Let's get back on topic here.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about Chip and Dale. That was enough. So the early days of Nintendo Power, like year 1, year 2, DuckTales dominated one of the covers. Chip and Dale dominated one of the covers.
Another game that was a Nintendo NES game, Darkwing Duck. That is still good.
It is it?
And
I was never a Darkwing Duck guy.
I think Darkwing Duck as a whole franchise needs to be revisited because it's such a cool concept.
Like a gritty?
It's like a Batman Darkwing. Darkwing Duck's essentially like a Batman.
It's almost as if it's a parody.
He is, yeah.
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 It needs to be revisited now in the age of superheroes.
Yeah, sure.
Dylan's got strong
I like
thoughts.
Darkwing Duck quite a bit.
Yeah, it's
Get Tom Holland to play Darkwing Duck.
But it was literally
Let's
a
get
response to
dangerous.
Batman the animated series.
let's get
Like,
dangerous. Darkwing Duck.
Let's get dangerous.
Yes, and if Midwest Gaming Classic still happens, we can
It's
meet
not.
the animator.
It's gonna be done.
I'm worried about
They closed fucking Disney World.
I'm worried about next year's MGC.
Yeah, no shit.
It's just gonna be us in like a giant space. No one's there.
Right.
Can they not just like rent out
The lights
bubble
are off.
outfits for everybody or something?
Can we talk about The Lion King, though?
That game sucks.
I disagree.
Ooh.
That game sucks.
Those-
That game,
Shots fired,
that game
Brad?
does not suck.
Are we, what platform?
Super
They're both
Nintendo.
the same.
Super Nintendo.
Genesis.
Super Nintendo? I was a Genesis.
I guess I don't know how different the games are.
I think
but
they're the same.
I think they're the same.
They're pretty close.
I like that game. I mean,
Needlessly difficult.
What about the monkey? The monkey fucking...
Rafiki.
as a child,
His
as
name
a-
is Rafiki.
no, not the Rafiki stuff. This is
The
about when you have
level,
to like
the
roll
giraffe.
at the monkeys to move them around. The second
right,
level.
right,
The
right.
one that they implemented because
Yeah.
of rentals. They didn't want people finishing the game.
Yep.
The monkeys that's not a hard puzzle to figure out. As a kid, it was. I replayed it last night. Shit's fucking straightforward.
It's great, man.
Well, because now you're a Cuphead
You use the Game
pro.
Genie. It's fun.
Well, it's not even about Cuphead. It's about, it didn't work. Just roar at the monkey.
Yeah.
It's straightforward. I remember as a kid, I think we only got to the point where Simba became an adult like 5 times because it was so tough. Because you had to get through like 2/3 of the game maybe to get to the point where Simba was an adult.
Yeah. I actually don't remember many of the scenes where he was an adult. It was always the cub Simba.
Yep, there's Cub Simba. I do like that the boss of the first level becomes just what adult Simba fights regularly. Like they're just little like their bosses scattered throughout the level.
Lazy game making, but yes, go on.
No, I mean I think that's cool game making where like the early bosses are reused and it shows how powerful you are. When
It's
you're
like Dark
fighting.
Souls. This is the Dark Souls of Disney games.
It really
Let's
is.
never say anything like that.
The music
again.
is nice. It's got
I've brought up Dark Souls way too much. It's this, but also what's the thing I always fucking bring up?
Capitalism,
Yeah.
cattle mutilations.
I don't actually.
Actually, Brad
You're the
brings
ones
that
who
up.
do.
Final
Yeah.
Fantasy weddings.
That's right.
I brought that up once.
No, but I bring that up.
Yeah, all the time. What else?
Where
Jeez.
where was I?
Keep going, Brad. I'm sorry.
It's a difficult game, but it's got
It is.
It's got the actual voice actors for some sequences.
I mean,
It's a pretty game. I like the background.
it's a nice game.
Yes.
It looks
It's a
fantastic.
version.
I mean,
This is the same production team. They also did a Pinocchio game after this, from what I recall.
Yes, and I never played that, but it always looks fucking
it's
good.
fine, but
okay.
it doesn't hold up.
Okay.
I had a demo on my Xbox One for the Fantasia game by Harmonix.
Yes,
And I
was
booted it
thinking
up.
about that.
I
Do you
booted
have
it
the
up,
Kinect?
and I was like, Harmonix. I'm like, I didn't know this was a Harmonix game. I got so excited, and then it said, "Position your Kinect." I'm like, oh fuck, I can't play this.
Dude,
Yep.
I have the Connect. I want to play that game.
We're gonna play it.
There's a demo for it at least, and I wish it was a controller game because
No,
I heard good things
It's
about
called
it.
the medium. I hear it's actually one of the games that makes Kinect
Yes.
for the Xbox One worth it.
Beat Saber is the only motion control rhythm game that I've ever played, which is anything close to perfect. And if anything less than perfect is unplayable as far as rhythm games goes, because you need to have that like precision.
Well, Harmonix is one of the people who can do that.
Yeah, you should play Persona Dancing All Night.
I've tried it. I have the demos. It's stupid. It sucks.
He just doesn't have a connection to the characters. It's okay,
That's true.
Tom.
Yes, once you have the connection,
If I had a waifu,
to the music
Dude,
and the characters,
who's your waifu?
Shantae, the half genie hero.
She is now, but that hussy's gone.
She's like 12.
No, she isn't.
She's like 12. That's
No.
gross.
No, they sexualize that character way too much.
Oh God.
Okay, let's keep going.
The next game I wanted to bring up was Lion King, but you brought it up. Dylan, what else do you have?
I've got Epic Mickey. Actually,
Yes.
I own this at the.
I own both of them.
Originally
Yeah.
a Warren Spector joint.
Junction Point, baby.
And it was completely kneecapped. It was completely like disjointed. They said, "Whoa, we can't have Mickey being cool. We gotta like he's still gotta be Mickey." And then Warren Spector was like, "Oh, fuck this shit." And he basically like skipped out. They finished the game. It's still a good game. It reminds me of a proto Splatoon in a lot of ways, in the way that you use your
Paintbrush.
wands to kind of like fill out the world. It makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. It's honestly extremely short. It reminds me almost of a Banjo-Kazooie in the way that it is on its own a platformer collectathon.
It's such an interesting take on the Mickey Mouse character, though.
Yeah.
It's an original like IP that they're working on.
Yes.
Yeah, which is great.
Well, originally, Walt Disney wanted to create Oswald the Rabbit.
Yeah. Who became he was playable in Epic Mickey 2, right?
Right, yeah.
The Power of Two.
Sounds
Which
like
was
an
bad.
80s hit pop song.
Totally.
Epic Mickey 2 is really bad. It's way worse than any of the reviews I saw gave it, because I did play it, because I did play the first one.
Epic Mickey 2 is free if you had Xbox Gold for a decent amount of time.
Well, if it's free, then who cares what you think of it?
Epic Mickey was in development for a long time, and I
Insanely.
know even Warren Spector had talked about that like for years, even before it was announced. He wanted to do a Mickey Mouse game. He was probably.
Do you remember
doing it at
that
the time.
Game Informer issue where
Oh, yeah.
where it's like Mickey, but he's like splatted off to the side and it looks super dynamic. And like he's just looking at like this tower and he's got a paintbrush in his hand.
Yes,
It's
that was
absolutely
when Game Informer changed their font. That was like the first.
Yep. It looked fantastic.
Amazing.
However, it became a different game.
I heard that. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting my streams crossed here, but they were thinking about remastering it, or there have been calls to remaster the first one.
It should
at
be.
least.
It should be, and it should be like a $15 game. Honestly, if they did that, I would buy it. Especially if it was for the Switch, where you can draw on the screen.
Yeah. I still think like one of the best stories that come out of that game is how they got Oswald the Crazy Rabbit or the Lucky Rabbit back.
Lucky Rabbit, yeah.
Yeah.
Disney traded Al Michaels to Universal to get, because Universal had the rights to Oswald. They're like,
No shit.
we'll give you this sports broadcaster. I'm Al Michaels for Monday Night Football.
Oh, really?
For Oswald. the rights to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit to
That's
get
the
it back.
best. That's the best thing there.
It's
yeah.
fucking hilarious.
That's some real trivia.
I mean, there were some other things involved, but yeah.
Epic Mickey was fun. I do think none of this is going to age well because it's a Wii game. Unfortunately, a lot of these Wii games are not going to function properly on any other system because you need the same type of...
On the Wii U.
Eat this damn
Cool,
shit.
yeah, let's put it on the Wii U. Yeah, absolutely. Let's start there.
Right on.
I busted out my Wii disc for Epic Mickey, and I wanted to like put it into my Wii U. I was thinking about replaying it a little bit. But.
It's fun. It's still a fun game, and it handles very well. It's an extremely competent game. Like,
yeah.
It's nothing
well
like
done.
it's nothing standout, but it's truly a well designed game. Anyone who worked on this,
It's exemplary for the Wiimote functionality.
Does the second one actually function well as like a 2-player game? Like if you were having a friend?
I have
didn't
played it
know-
with the second person.
I didn't know that I had it. I just noticed it was a free download.
Oh, okay. All
so
right.
I didn't get
know
a
if you
chance to play it because
It works
Gotcha.
okay. It works okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. I got frustrated with the person I was playing it with. So.
Tom,
Sorry, Allison.
Did you want to talk about Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days next?
I would like to
Hold
shoot-
on, Birth by Sleep first.
Oh, yes. All right.
Recoded.
What do you think about Aqua?
Recoded.
What do you think about Terra Xehanort?
It's a digital Sora.
I would like to shoot
Gawrsh,
myself
Sora.
in the face.
Gawrsh, Sora, did you know there's this whole backstory?
Is that Xehanort's semen?
Not if I can help it. I'll drink it before he can revive.
Tom, what did you want to talk about next? We've been the Raw Dogs. Check us out every other week.
I need to get into my happy place right now. Sorry. You know,
like and subscribe.
I have.
We will eat you. I'm Kyrie.
There's a game for the Genesis. Game for the Genesis called Quackshot. I don't know if you ever heard of
I like
that.
the pun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Starring Donald Duck.
Is this Mighty Ducks?
Starring your
Starring
your homie.
It ain't Maui Mallard. It's Quackshot.
I don't remember a lot about this game outside of you have a plunger gun.
Like it.
So very innocuous.
That's cool.
But it
Rated
was
M for mature.
Yes, it was a very
game.
It played moderately well, but it had big sprites and it looked good at the time. And
Right.
you
I know
know,
that feeling.
it's like one of those where you would see screenshots.
No, don't look at me like that.
Yeah.
Bad news.
Hey, big sprites, but we're getting off the rails here. Tom,
Hello.
bring us back, Tom.
It's all right. No,
Come on.
It's a donut done from Venture Brewing. It's good.
It was great.
Quackshot. I don't have a lot to say about it, but I do remember playing this and enjoying it. It was good, not great. But at the time, Sega would run these ads in magazines where it would say like, you know, Genesis does what Nintendo don't, and just have screenshots of like all the upcoming games.
Wait, now what made it Quackshot?
You shoot a plunger.
Yes, you were kind of like an
Which
Indiana
is
Jones.
ducks?
Yeah, you were an Indiana Jones version of Donald Duck. Basically,
Sucks. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, it's
Yeah.
cool, dude.
check it out. Yeah,
I'll play it. My question is like Quackshot, but it's like hockey?
Crackshot. You got a gun. I think it was because Donald's got a gun.
So he's like a cowboy.
Donald Duck has the best weird offshoot titles.
He's Donald Duck. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Going quackers.
Donald Duck fucks.
He doesn't even have to wear
Donald
fucking
Ducks,
pants.
dude.
Donald Ducks. So hard.
I did notice that Disney did have a skateboarding extreme adventure skateboarding game or something for the PlayStation.
Oh my god, I've seen this. And it has like Buzz and Woody from Toy Story.
I didn't look up any footage of
Really?
it, but I was like, they've released
Dude,
a
you
skateboarding
have
game?
to.
For the original?
The animations
the
on this are
PlayStation?
crazy.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. Yeah.
They're
dude.
bonkers.
Bonkers. Speaking of bonkers.
Speaking of bonkers.
Hey,
holy
segue.
shit. Yeah, I played Bonkers for the Genesis. I had one of my mom's friends. I can't even claim to be this person's friend. I didn't have a lot of friends. Growing up, like,
It's okay, man.
they let me borrow games that they didn't want to play anymore. And I got Bonkers for the Genesis, which was basically a series of video games, or a series of mini games, sorry,
Okay.
which you could play. I'll say this. They were probably bad, but I remember them as being good.
Yeah.
I have very vivid memories of playing this after seeing The Empire Strikes Back re-release.
Okay. So like 98, 97, whatever that was. What the fuck was Bonkers?
Bonkers was a cartoon about a cheetah man who was also a cop.
Okay, it was a cop. I remember like that imagery. Yeah.
There was a game where it was a top-down police chase game. There were some of them where you're like in a factory setting. God, I wish I knew.
Yes.
Do you remember Bonkers?
Was that part of the Disney afternoon?
Yeah, it was Disney Afternoon.
Like
yeah.
late
For a bit,
Disney
yeah.
afternoon?
I really liked Bonkers. I think he was underrated. I think he's a cool
You
character.
should talk to Bob Mackey. He posts a lot
He likes Bonkers.
about Bonkers. Yeah.
Well, I can't meet him now.
Well, it's not canceled yet.
That's not true.
I just double checked, but it is canceled anyway. So whatever.
I'm checking my email. Still no update.
It's less than a month away, but within a week, it's going to be canceled. It's fine.
But we'll see what happens.
I'm okay with it.
And it's okay if it happens, please. I mean,
We're going
you
to
gotta do what you
do
gotta do. Okay.
a Hair of the Dog
Brad
cast.
is showing me video of Bonkers right now.
Oh, yeah, I remember
That
this
was good.
part.
I mean, that's
This
that
was
was
actually
decent.
fucking... This was actually the shit.
It reminds me kind of a Tiny Toons movement.
yes.
Yeah. Especially the fact that you jump on characters.
Speaking
It's,
of Tiny Toons, my favorite Disney property.
It's good. The one where they try
Buster
to go to
Bunny goes through puberty.
when they try to go to the amusement park and they get there and then they just do one ride and they leave. I can't even do that shit.
I just liked all the They Might Be Giant songs.
I like
they had on
Montana
it.
Max because
Yeah.
he's like Yosemite Sam, but for the capitalist era.
Love it.
There you go.
Classy.
Any more casual talk about Disney games. I'm sure we will do
I want to talk about one more game.
Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
So, go ahead. You know, with your Game Pass, not a Game Pass, with the Xbox Gold, you get a fair amount of free games. You always
it's the Disney one.
You always download them, but I realized that I had a handful of Disney games for the Xbox 360. One of them was Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3, it starts off with a very fun train chase where you're trying to it's like almost like a James Bond villain with the pig. The game is incredibly competent. It handles very well. It sounds like they got a lot of the real voice actors.
Probably Colin Hanks.
Yeah. It wouldn't be
Still
Colin.
sounds good.
Tom Hanks' brother is the one who does Kingdom Hearts series.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's him.
But Colin's his son.
Jacob
Schmom
Hanks.
Hanks.
Shalom
No, but
Hanks.
I have an ear for those things. It sounds like they got a lot of the real voice actors.
Yeah.
The gameplay was quite competent. You actually
John Ratzenberger?
It's
dude,
me, Rex!
I think John Ratzenberger was there, and it sounded like the real Rex.
It was like his last performance.
Rex was actually Rex in Kingdom Hearts 3, by the way.
I was enjoying the game more than I thought I would. At some point, though, you get to some other levels. You have to switch between characters, and it's not bad.
Yeah.
I just wanted to acknowledge.
You look like you're apologetic about this.
Well, I'm because I
It's
thought
like, this guy's not bad.
it was supposed to be bad, but it was actually quite enjoyable. I played the Cars video game. That was bad.
Why?
Because I just wanted to try and play all of the Disney games that I had
Did you buy them
available.
all?
No, that was another one that was free.
We're in the middle of a virus. You can't afford this.
No.
The toilet paper was sold out. I bought Cars.
He needed fucking Larry the Cable Guy in his life.
He's going to wipe his
No.
butt with a disc.
The voice acting for the Cars 2 video game, that is not Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
But no, I just wanted to acknowledge
of New England.
Toy Story 3. If you downloaded it for free and haven't tried it, it's actually kind of fun.
Okay.
I enjoy it.
I actually believe that. A lot of those games have gone unnoticed because licensed games around that time were on the decline.
Yeah.
So I think honestly, a lot of these need to be revisited.
Yeah. I mean, don't
Because
revisit.
so many of them are trash.
Don't revisit Toy Story for the Super Nintendo, but Toy Story 3, that's fine.
And I
revisit Toy Story for the PlayStation.
That's a good game.
and
That's
actually,
not bad.
I think, and I could be wrong, but Frank Cifaldi worked on the Disney Afternoon Collection.
Yeah, he did.
Like a recent.
I really.
I think there might
own
be
that
2
one
volumes.
Too, yeah.
Or Mega Man maybe had 2 volumes. Maybe there's only one Disney Afternoon Collection, but with DuckTales, Chippendale.
Every time I
no,
hear
yeah,
DuckTales,
yep.
I have a strong desire to go.
Life is like a hurricane.
Here in Disney World's closed, bitch.
Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's
Tom is a child.
We got the coronavirus. Woo.
Gawrsh! Don't vaccinate your children, Sora.
Zemnis would do something like that.
It turns out this is all a simulation.
liberal party.
Someone brought up that anti-vaxxers have been very quiet during this, and someone responded, "Yeah, they're all dead."
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our
Johnny McCarthy.
Here in Dogcast.
that's been our off the cuff Disney talk.
Off the tough.
Please let us know your favorite remembrances, your favorite Disney games of years gone by. But please, no fucking Kingdom Hearts.
But also
No,
tell me
please
how
do.
bad I
No,
am.
not yet. We will let you know when Kingdom Hearts
we
is
have-
acceptable.
A lot in our mailbag to talk about.
Yeah, let's hit some of these up. Brad, you got them up? Or-
Nope, you do. Tom,
No.
you're in charge of this shit.
Okay.
Thomas, you have a computer.
All right. If you want to reach out to Hair of the Dogcast, write us questions, email us at hairofthedogcast@gmail.com or ping us on our social media pages.
Ping.
Let's go ahead and start with. Ooh, should we start with a long one?
I will take a little bit.
All right, let's-
here in
Tom's
Dogcast.
house.
Tom,
It's
why
all
aren't you
about work-
talking? It's like people are interrupting you.
We're going to start with Matt Grenier
Oh no.
from the Better in 3D podcast.
That's who
He
that is?
asks, what secrets are hidden in Brad's beard? And a follow-up question. Also, Dylan, what type of bird are each of the Dogcast crew?
Oh shit!
I'm going to go
that
ahead and
is
field
so
the first
easy.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
There might be some beer, possibly a little bit of food, and depending on if I forget,
Rigatoni, obviously.
sometimes if I forget, there might be a pen in there.
Does a chocobo live there?
I will say that Brad. Actually, the moment you said bearded vulture, it made a ton of sense to me. You are
I would.
definitely a bearded vulture.
We'll go ahead and say that. I identify as an otter, but go ahead.
Tom, I hate to say it, man.
It's all right.
You're a beautiful emu or a moa.
I would fucking love emus.
I would call him a big,
Or like a moa.
bird.
No. The moas, ancient creatures who have like talons that can rip through anything.
Yeah.
That's Tom.
I've seen full scale
A
versions of
moa?
them.
Me,
Do I know what a moa is?
Me,
Can I look
I'm a common pigeon.
I want to be a cassowary.
Josh, though? Josh.
I am a moa.
He's a bald eagle.
No, he's not a bald eagle.
Yes.
He is a falcon who's been severely dehydrated.
Oh my god. You're
Love you,
such
Josh.
oddly specific thing.
Okay.
I'm
hairless
terrified.
falcon.
I am terrified right now.
Yes.
Dylan, what am I?
Yeah. What is Brad?
Yeah, like a condor who has like a condor who's maybe like foaming at the mouth or like what? Because that exemplifies
Do they
his beard.
foam?
But
Birds
listen.
can't foam.
Yes, they
I
can.
thought you were going to maybe say peacock.
You crazy? No, peacock. Actually, I'm gonna say
God damn it.
there is a pigeon who is also a I forget what it's called.
What's the next question here, Tom?
Bearded. Let's just say
A
bearded,
bearded
vulture.
dragon. All right, let's head to the next question, guys.
You're not memorable. That's the point, Brad.
All right, we have a lot of coronavirus.
We'll answer all of them.
subjected questions.
Let's answer all 10 questions with one. Yes, we have toilet paper. Okay. We wipe from the front. Okay.
But we did talk about.
You looked up a MOA though, right?
I did, and I agree with you.
Okay, great.
We did talk about the Nintendo PlayStation being sold.
Yes.
And we have one of the owners of that Nintendo Play, or previous owners now of the PlayStation, ask us a question, which is
Great.
who would win in a chug contest, Josh or Tom?
My money's
A
on
chug?
my money. Well, chug, is it like who can finish the beer first or who can drink
I
beer
think it's
longer?
slam.
Okay, I don't know this one. I know you would survive and who can drink longer against Josh, in my opinion. I don't know.
Possibly.
I don't know who could drink faster though.
I'm sorry, we haven't gotten fucked up enough together. It's
Back
just
in
what
my
it
day,
is.
gentlemen, I used to make money by
Yeah,
chugging
but now you're
pitchers
old.
of beer.
But now you're old.
And now I'm even better than I
Hey,
was
dude,
before.
he's not even like 60 yet.
Yeah. I have a 55%
I'm sorry,
chance
but
of
the
surviving
coronavirus is coming, and
Yes.
now he won't be able to chug anything.
We should turn this into like a Pee-wee's Playhouse episode where every time you hear the word coronavirus,
Scream real loud.
Dan, thank you for your question. I am actually, Josh isn't here, so it feels, I don't know, it doesn't feel good to answer without his opinion.
Tom, throw the gauntlet down.
But I'm going to say
Don't be disingenuous.
I could fucking waste him.
That's
there will
awesome.
be an update
In
on
the
this
chugging.
challenge.
I've done so many beer bongs in
Are
my
we
life.
going to do it over Twitch? Yes, we are.
And do Dylan and I get to choose which beers they have to drink? Yes, we
Yes,
do.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely.
I mean, this was
And,
natural.
I'm Raymond, and I'm going to be there too.
And I'm Donald Trump, and I think I can choose the beers too.
Okay.
What's the next question here, Tom?
What
Yeah.
What are your top 3 beers to be quarantined with? From Barry Badura
Oh, this is
from
so easy.
Waukesha.
I'm going to go Eagle Park's, whatever their newest beer is, 1840s, We Go Together Like, and Indeed Brewing's Mexican Honey.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
That was quick. Good job.
Because those are the 3 best fucking beers in town. If you
Mexican
see it.
honey's great. I mean, Eagle Park goes without saying.
Do we have an unlimited supply?
Nope, you only get 10,000 of each.
Okay.
Just top 3 beers. Yeah. Unlimited. Whatever.
Cool Ice, which is gone.
Okay.
Maybe
Maybe they'll bring it back.
Father,
now.
Son, Holy Spirit. No, they won't.
Maybe
it
this
won't
is-
be. It won't even.
Maybe this
taste
virus
the
is
same.
God spining the earth for taking away Cool Ice.
No, I don't get my hopes up, please.
Sorry.
Also, I'd probably say River West Stein because that's infinitely drinkable.
Mhm.
You can find it everywhere here in Wisconsin, especially. I would say, you know what? I'm going to be a man of the people right now.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say Hams.
You need that beer. You need a beer
It's
like
mostly
that.
water anyway.
Yes. I agree with that. Yep.
But it tastes fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean, Cool Ice can get you fucked up quick, but Hams, not really. And then if I wanted something a little heavier, great. Fantastic. I have.
Right. And
fucking-
how many beers these days have their own theme song? That's what I want to know. They don't.
Which one does?
Hams, the land of the sky blue water.
The land of the sky blue water.
You know what I'm talking about. The
It's
cartoon
me,
bear?
I'm
God damn it.
Hams.
I would do milkshake IPA.
Really? The Eagle Park?
Probably
That's actually really good.
a strain. I would do. There's a brewery in Milwaukee called Lakefront. I do like their East Side
Their East Side is good. Yeah.
ale.
That's
it's
really
like
good.
a dark lager.
Oh,
or
we
ale.
can hear
And I would say I need a stout-y thing, and maybe some breakfast stout, maybe some KBS from Founders.
I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to make me the garbage man.
What? No.
Just slips it off. He goes, I'll take whatever I can get. I'll tell you what.
I didn't eat your
Cool
fucking liver
Ice.
with some Chianti and
beans.
fava beans.
I'll tell you what. Cool Ice was very good. Brad has had it.
Multiple megs.
Cool Ice was very good.
Buffalo Bill's been a long
It,
boy,
it was-
please.
it tasted way better than it had any right
It deserved to be, yeah.
It deserved better.
It deserved better, and now it's gone, and now I can't have it anymore, and I'm very angry.
Tom, are you only getting questions from Facebook, or are you going to Twitter as well?
I haven't
Because Twitter has quite a few, too.
Yeah, somebody go to Twitter.
I'll pull Twitter
I'm
up
mining
here.
Facebook here. Okay, another coronavirus. Outside of newspaper, socks, and leaves, what would one use as an alternative to TP? Toilet
Rags that you can wash.
Cornholio for my bunghole.
paper. Rush Limbaugh.
What? You're actually going to hire Rush Limbaugh to come and rub his face in your butt?
Not his face. I just like to use them as toilet paper.
It's weird.
I have a question here from Twitter.
Go ahead, Brad.
Great.
It's from Judge Tempest.
Uh-huh.
They say, with hindsight being 2020, how bummed are you that you didn't brand your own hand sanitizer? And what would you have named it? And maybe a catchy advertising jingle.
Oh!
Well,
Hair
what
of the
would we
dog
call ours?
cleanser? Hair of the desensitizer?
No. We would be,
Wow.
no, we gotta tighten it up.
Yeah. It's got to just pop.
Yeah,
This
it's
shit's got
gotta
to
pop,
pop,
baby.
baby.
Listen.
But-
I'm gonna say, poop no way. And then, let's see how.
What? Wait.
Poop
what?
no way. Poop, comma no way.
This is hand. Okay. Yeah, I get it.
Poop no way.
How about a jingle for poop? No.
When you have poop on your butt and you like to listen to video games, poop, no way.
Poop way.
Perfect.
As long as it ends with a fart sound, I'm fine.
I'm gonna be like, God is dead. There's nothing to do. If you gotta poop, we got wipes too. And then you're
Or it could be
gonna
like, yeah.
fucking wipe your shit with
May or
my
may not be affected by the
fucking
coronavirus.
shit. Oh,
That's right.
coronavirus poop.
Ask your doctor if you're old enough to support poop no way.
I have another question from
You
Twitter.
never
Okay, great.
poop no way.
I think I'm the
every
winner.
night when I kiss your lips.
Jesus Christ. Stop saying old shit.
Yikers. I love
Yikers. That's what we're going to say.
my second favorite set of
toilet
lips.
paper.
Yikers.
Yes, Brad, go ahead. Twitter.
From at Grams Amber, she says, what alcoholic / ice cream drink would you invent? She says, I'ma steal it and enter it for Don's Milwaukee Boozy Shake Contest.
That's perfect. I already know. It's called a gin. So you get gin.
Yeah.
You just put
And
it on
then
ice
you've got a ginger beer.
Okay.
And then you add that to a ginger ice cream.
Oh, okay.
And then you got a ginger snack that everyone can enjoy.
Okay. That's all right.
It's probably extremely alcoholic, though. That's the
problem.
But it's probably going to win a few awards because the place I work for, they released a ginger quark, which quark is a
Type of cheese.
Northern European, almost cream cheese style.
I'm starting
yeah.
to learn a lot about cheese just being in your
I want to
presence.
teach the children. That's my goal. But no, definitely, it's what I used on the Hair of the Dogcast Patreon episode.
That
No,
sounds good.
but ginger's very good, and I think when people have a ginger ale
Mhm.
with gin and tonic,
They only drink that shit on airplanes.
gin and tonic. Do they not call it a gin?
No.
And why don't they?
I don't know.
That's such an easy one.
How about just like a good dirt cake ice cream mixed with like a chocolate stout? or
Oh,
something?
you want the little gummy worms? I
No,
understand.
I do not.
You
I'm not a
love
gummy.
gummy
I'm
worms.
not a fucking
You
gummy
want to
guy.
dig your mouth into that cake, and you just want to pull up. all
Brad,
that
do you have an
Oreo.
answer?
Just take a White Russian and eat ice cream with it on the side. I don't know.
Okay.
This sucks. You got to come up with something better.
All right. Let's move on to our last question here from Daniel
Labinsky?
Tusher from
Oh, Daniel Tusher. Oh, shit. Tush?
Tush.
Who's Touche?
Tush from Watertown, Wisconsin.
Touche.
No, he's not. Maybe from Watertown, South Dakota. Daniel Tusher is someone I grew up with. My mom babysat him.
Oh, I know a Daniel Tusher.
Oh, Daniel.
I thought he was my Daniel Tusher.
Get your hands off my Tusher.
Daniel, we love you.
Is he actually from Water? No, he's from Millbank.
He's
from Millbank.
He's from Millbank. I think he lives out in LA.
All right,
now. He's
Daniel, you're not my Daniel, but
Not
you are
my
now.
Daniel.
You're our Daniel.
Hashtag our Daniel.
Yeah. His question is, do chicks dig farmer tans?
Yes.
Do chicks dig hardworking men that are the salt
they
of the
do.
earth
Yes, they
and
do.
deliver
Absolutely.
fresh, delicious food to their tables? I think they do.
Yeah. Or maybe have an aversion to sun rays?
And the funny
Listen,
thing
man,
is,
when I come home from the cheese factory and I smell like cheese, my cats love
I got a
me.
cheese tan.
and the funny thing is,
It's all mozzarella from...
Whoa! He's even got a crust.
Yes. It holds it.
Are you a man of God?
no, he's a man of Castlevania. It's his favorite sub item.
that's
Yes.
good. He keeps the vampires from biting you.
I'm going to say yes. They do.
Tusher knew the answer when he wrote this down. He knows that ladies love farmers, and he just wanted us to say it because he knows he's cool. That's all. That's it. Thanks, Dan. You're so cool. We know that.
Dan, we love you, and we love you, Barry, and everyone else.
Well, I farm naked, so.
Hey, still a farmer's tan.
Hey.
Yes, it still counts.
It counts.
I never farmed once in my life. I'm a lawyer.
I'm going to farm with my shirt off.
All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm
we
having
hope
Al
you.
Pacino has friends now.
Oh man,
Am I really the Donald Trump?
you're fine.
I can't do an Al Pacino. I can't.
What? Try to get De Niro. Or
You got a great tan.
Yeah, go, yeah.
You're talking.
A little bit.
Looking at me. Yeah.
If you want to get a hold of the Dogcast,
Hey, you could find us on Twitter.
Find us on Twitter. It's great.
I tweet all day.
thank you very much for listening, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you had a good time. This has been a fun time here at the Dogcast. Next time, I swear to God, Josh will be here. Or he will be, or maybe none of us will be here. I don't know.
The next episode is a Final Fantasy one. Josh,
It'll
might
be
not
the
back for a
finalist
month.
of fantasies.
If
the most final of the fantasies you've ever seen.
This brings up a good point. April is Final Fantasy month. If you have, we're going to be doing a lot of social media posting with
So
questions.
start thinking about it, people.
But if you have any questions or thoughts about Final Fantasy VII or the series in general, you can find us on Twitter at Hot Dogcast. You can find us on Facebook at Hair of the Dogcast.
All that.
Instagram, we're Hair of the Dogcast. Any way you want to reach us, also hairofthedogcast at gmail.com.
Fucking preach.
You can find me at the crossroads if you sacrifice a Christian properly. I meant chicken, but I'm not going to even
Say his name 3 times in a mirror.
Sacrifice a chocobo at the crossroads.
sacrifice a chocobo.
Boko seems sad.
And you have to go. Exactly.
Okay, the bird that I am is can we agree that I'm a chocobo?
You're a chocobo.
There we go. Thank you.
I'm gonna fucking.
I'm not a gold chocobo.
That's actually legitimately what I was thinking.
Get your
That's
fucking
not even
Gristle
a joke.
Greens out of here.
You're a blue,
I know.
and I'm a gold. Because I can
Let's
go over
not-
mountains and oceans.
Let's calm it down here. Let's calm
If they
this
wanted
shit
to
down.
support us somehow financially to make sure this podcast can keep going, Dylan,
You
how
can
would they
find
do
us
that?
on Patreon at Hair of the Dogcast.
We don't have jobs anymore. The coronavirus has shut down our real
It's
jobs.
true.
We need your money.
Listen,
I need a
we
liver
have a lot of
transplant.
bonus content coming your way. This will include our Hot Wings challenge,
Yes.
which is fantastic. I do have to say that right away. We will be doing something every month for our patrons. It will be something where we maybe torture ourselves or otherwise. Maybe we'll make Tom
I'll do
explain
whatever.
his sexual proclivities. We'll hypnotize him and
Okay.
we'll make it happen.
Sure. That sounds great. I look forward to that episode.
Mickey, do you have any other thoughts?
No, you guys did a great job, and I think the Hair of the Dogcast should want to see where Dylan carves wood?
You guys are all fucked up in my
I just want all the
Get outta
fans
here.
to know you should like and
Someday my
subscribe.
prince will come.
Like and subscribe, Al Pacino.
All over your face.
You stupid son of a bitch. I will buy you and make you an amusement park ride.
right.
King Mickey, I think you're overreacting to the
All right.
coronavirus.
This is 3 Dog.
It's true.
You guys all be safe.
Damn it, Donald. I just want to strangle you now.
Tom, get us out of here. Get us out quick, Tom.
I just have to have a break here because there's no way I can use any of that shit.
You're used to it a little bit. I guess so.
All right, thank you everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We've been Hair of the Dogcast. I thought we were going to do more Disney episodes, but I don't think that's ever going to happen ever again. Thank you for tuning into this one. Stay safe out there. We love you. Wash your hands. Wash our hands.